I'm here.
The recap, if you will.
Definitely not running it. Everyone running in. Panic, panic, panic. Yes, we're here.
Go for it.
Okay, so last time, the party made it down into the Underdark, having fallen on their raft from a chute high in the cavern wall into a large lake, and upon reaching the shore, settled down for the night. In the morning, they discussed plans for going forward in order to find the obsidian needles, such as details about how the phase rest, the phase rest corruption, comes from lower Underdark and permeates into the lower points of the upper Underdark through the ground. With that and the fact that the obsidian often forms where water once reached lava, they follow the nearby river flowing out of the lake deeper into the Underdark. Upon reaching a flooded cavern, they hear gunshots in the distance, and upon investigation, find it to be a battle at a mine where a goblin is fighting Blacksmoke members and drow. The party join the battle to aid the goblin and the escape of the slaves. After the fight, they learn the goblin, called Ro, goes around freeing slaves as lately amongst the circle of 6 Underdark leaders vying for power over the Underdark. There's Vantral in this area who has had her rank severely damaged decades ago and is seeking to change that with the aid of weapons from the surface, along with being the primary slaver of the Underdark. Additionally, in the area there have been sightings of Gandar Lok's people, considered top of the circle, and their underlings are very dangerous. Ro informs the party of how Blacksmoke are in a nearby captured town too, and after some discussion come to an agreement to help the party get to where one of the enemy's sharp obsidian daggers came from, and thus the obsidian needles they need if the party help in freeing the town. And that's where we return to the party on the 25th of Marpanoth, having set rough plans and looking to focus on what comes next.
Yeah, or contextually, more specifically, taking a rest and then moving forward.
Yeah.
Which begs the question, during this rest, was there anything in particular you guys wanted to do? There's a bunch of corpses you guys can loot. There's technically a mine over there you could investigate if you wanted to. Or you could just take a breather, munch on some crackers or something, and then get going to the town. It's up to you guys.
And just something just to remind us of all of note, there were several Blacksmoke people with sort of rifle weapons and whatnot. There was a couple of particularly magical folk, and there was that chap that was trapped, tortured, and killed in a cage.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
But we didn't do any of the torturing, so it's fine.
More intimidation and then execution, but fair enough.
So we'll check out there was one of them that sort of looked like more of a one of them that looked sort of more like leadership role, like the can't remember exactly what happened to him. I think he wound up being booted down and killed somewhere over here or something. Can't quite recall.
You're talking the Blacksmoke, right?
Yeah, it's less looking for loot and money on them. I'm more interested to see if there's any notes or sort of instructions in their pockets, sort of style of thing.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Well, he's over probably a little bit more thoroughly than normal examining this individual.
If there's nothing else pressing that seems like it's dangerous or something to look into in particular, if Corwin saw Sar doing that, I think he might start on corpses on the other side of the room and maybe meet him in the middle and and basically looting them for anything of value.
Sure.
Not extra weapons or armor that we can't really carry, but like anything monetary or important information, that kind of thing, or anything magical, obviously.
Good old-fashioned cash.
Yeah. Booty.
And the other two of you?
Oh, in other words, he's looking for money.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm preparing the snack and some tea, so everybody has something to eat when they're done touching blood.
Sure. Absolutely. Helena.
I think I would just be helping whoever wanted it.
So I imagine you're probably helping Corwin go through some of the corpses.
Yeah.
Sure. Makes sense. So I can send you guys this in Discord, which is just basically all the loot that you guys get outside of specifically what Scott is asking about. As Sar is sort of examining this individual, why don't you give me a investigation check?
Absolutely. Let's do that, and let's roll nice and highly, shall we? Even though I don't have proficiency or anything.
So I'm gonna give it to you because you absolutely have a background as a criminal. You tend to know where people like to hide things. In this case, the heel of a boot. You find half of what looks like blueprints for one of the Blacksmoke long rifles. And based on what Ro had mentioned, that sounds like it's the payment for the minerals or whatever metals, that was it, that they were supposed to be getting. But it is only half. It's not torn, it's like page 1 of 3 or something, like 1 of 2. You get the point.
Yeah.
But it's about half.
Yeah.
And that black powder pistol, that's just a pistol, right? That uses black powder.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a standard pistol.
Yeah.
Well, I say standard, but they're not very common for
right.
So standard in the sense you've seen one before.
Yeah, if Corwin is the one who actually finds that, I'll hold it up to Helena and be like, "Hey, this is you could actually have this prepared, and when your rifle misfires, have this as a backup. So, right, you can. This is the same principle, right? It's the gun, and kind of just hand it to her."
Yeah, unless anybody else wants it.
But also, I'm curious, how does this compare? Like, you know how your broomstick functions, or whatever you call it. How does this design compare to yours?
I think I'd probably have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah. And yeah, I think whomever has it would. Let's just see.
Can you do a roll right now?
There's one person in this party I'd be a bit hesitant about handing the
true.
blueprints for a Blacksmoke long rifle to.
You think?
Not because I think they'll do anything nefarious with it, but the opposite.
You mean like burn it?
Oh no, they're
Exactly,
too righteous.
yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, so that is a good call. Helena, you can make a Tinker's Tools check with intelligence. the DC is going to be a little bit higher because you're sort of just glancing at it. Otherwise, if you don't succeed, you'll have to take some time to check it out later.
What am I doing it with again?
Oh, sorry, I said intelligence. I misspoke. It's going to be wisdom because it's sort of more a perception thing. So, yeah. Oh, that's highly unfortunate. You really don't know without taking the time to examine it and possibly even take it apart and put it back together.
We tried showing you a blueprint while you had a hand in a dead man's pocket. It's a bit awkward.
It's sort of just like a simultaneous, here's a pistol, here's blueprints. I literally have my hand in a dead man's pocket. What do you want from me?
Yeah, no, I was wondering if she was doing the check for looking at the plans or the pistol.
I think the problem is it was a moment where it was all happening at once.
If I had time, I would look at it.
Yeah. If you probably sat down for 10-15 minutes, you could probably figure it out without even the need to make a check. But for the moment, you're not sure.
Okay. Sure.
But yeah, there's that full list for you guys. Other than that,
I'm actually curious about. I don't want to use them or anything, but the swords.
Sure.
Because use
the phase rest cores.
They use the phase rest core light. So I'm just curious about them. Could you describe them?
Yeah, so they kind of look fairly similar to short swords you've seen, except they're sort of made with a almost like a darker metal. At the core of the blade, it almost looks like it's been cut out or hollowed out and replaced with a crystal. In the case of these ones, it's like a very, very faint purple crystal. And if you sort of take it and swing it around, the faint purple crystal sort of glows a little, almost like gold or ambery. Which
does it make a lightsaber sound?
It it does not.
Darn. Well, we can make it.
Zoom,
zoom. We can just do it ourselves.
Yeah. And they are much lighter than you would anticipate, and it almost seems as if they're propelled forward as you swing them. In short, they're +1 short swords through a different means, except it's the phase rest core instead of being a magical enchantment, making them a +1 weapon. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Not my style of stuff, but interesting. And just because my brain's not working, what's a bolter?
I had sort of described them before. They're almost... I will try and describe them a little bit differently this time. It's like a stick sort of vaguely shaped like a gun with a crystal that looks like it's stuck on the back of it. There's this little... groove in front of the crystal where they place little bolts, almost like nails, and they would sort of put them there, and they would be propelled forward by the crystal, sort of like a magical nail gun.
It would literally use as ammunition. It's not like a wand gun.
Correct. It is firing tiny little bolts or nails that are super accelerated. Doesn't do a lot of piercing damage, but does a lot of force damage.
Yeah.
Oh, force.
Yeah, they're into. They look like they're into.
So yeah, it's like the crystals and whatnot are essentially like the electricity of the nail gun, as opposed to the ammunition of the nail gun.
Or if they were prepared by compressed air, it'd be a little air canister kind of thing. Sure. And you guys don't really have the context, just looking at it, to know if it would run out. You can maybe give me an Arcana check to see if you can figure out. Maybe that's limited. Maybe it's not.
As in, you have to replace the ammo.
The crystal.
There's 8 of them. I think there's. If there was only one, then I probably wouldn't be bothering looking. But with there being so many of them, I'll also check it out. Arcana, did you say?
Arcana?
Yes.
Okay.
We should probably check with Helena to see if we can take everything. Like, do we have room and the
Yeah,
bag of
Sar's
holding?
also got a bag of holding as well.
Oh,
No.
really?
What the heck?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
He picked one up ages ago, if I recall.
Yeah, he did. I forgot he'd done that.
Sar
Yeah,
has no
totally.
idea. Anybody else?
I'm trying.
Yeah.
It was. I have.
It's pew-pewing now. It'll pew-pew again.
I have too many tabs open. You know that one.
Corwin's kind of focused on this money, this other kind of money, but
Yeah, the new currency that we've never seen before. Well,
yeah.
that's why he's not rolling.
Yeah.
for this. So.
20.
Oh my.
You're fairly certain that they have a limited a number of times that they could be used, but it's probably pretty high up there. And even if it wasn't, I should say, but even though it is probably pretty high up there, like 100, you'd just wager. You have no idea how many times they were used before today.
That is true too.
Mhm.
But there's, what'd you say, 8 of them?
There are 8 of them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So again, it's a backup weapon.
So what I'm gonna and hopefully we can all remember this. If you guys go to use those, when you guys go to use them, I'll make you guys roll to see how many shots it has left.
Sure.
But it also looks like you could totally stick anything, like even just a rock in there, and it would propel it outward. So the ammo portion doesn't look like it matters as much.
Okay.
Oh, you don't know what you just said.
I should have known. I should have known. Well, it's out there now. I mean, size-wise, it's only about, that. But yeah, sure.
We'll be sure to find the most dangerous materials known to Orland kind.
Different world. Different world.
Poison darts.
Poison
We could
darts,
probably do
sure.
poison darts and, yeah.
Any further
I'm
questions?
thinking we've got that sort of glowing rock that, that's worth a shot.
Maybe.
It could potentially shoot special arrows like acid burst arrows or something like
Sure.
that. But...
Yeah.
Potentially.
Or at
But
least
yeah,
Or just a full-on, like, who needs poison arrows when you can just shoot a full-on frog?
Uh-huh.
I did have a fireball necklace in one of the games.
Yeah.
Somebody has one here in this one.
Yep,
The
somebody.
regenerating fireball necklace that only has 2 balls instead of 8. But they regenerate.
Yeah.
Anywho, enough scheming.
The money. Do any of us does Corwin it's new money? The Underdark has its own money apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've more or less got minted coins in relation to their own. I want to call it kingdom, but that seems like a stretch of the term. Nation, I guess. But I believe it's written there that some places will just take the surface coins without
Gold
issue.
coins, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they have their own
Gotcha.
minted coins down here, and between the 11 guys, there were quite a few of them.
Well, I suppose I'm still wondering. I mean, I guess Helena might be familiar with them, but is this we've never seen this coinage before?
Sar probably saw it in passing and didn't think too much of it.
Yeah, like, not something Sar engaged with, but will have seen notation of that variety. Like, I've never engaged with US dollars, but I've seen them.
Right,
fair enough.
but and I'm also trying to establish
I don't engage with him that often either.
657. I guess it's Plike coins? Like, but
yeah, the
how do I
Plike
know
ones.
what it's called if SAR's... So if Corwin doesn't know what it's called, he would say, what are these? And SAR might say, oh, these are... And I don't know if I'm pronouncing
Yeah,
them right.
Sar or Helena would. Yeah.
Plike is basically just the name of the Underdark
Plike.
kingdom as a
Okay.
whole itself.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the what's the term? The
Fiefdom.
sure, that's what I was looking for. Uh,
Territory.
yeah, it's like I guess it's like the country name, whereas the Underdark is sort of like the area it's in. Like if you were to say the
Right.
North or whatever, right?
Right.
So
Like the
Underdark is
areas
the
probably.
direction, basically. But
Mhm.
Plike is the name of the kingdom itself.
Yeah.
Insofar as this could be called the kingdom.
Gotcha.
But you know their coins, and between very little communication, half your party is aware of what they are, so you'd figure it out pretty quick.
Okay.
And you'd probably be aware that some people might take normal coins and some people wouldn't, so it's good to have some.
Gotcha.
And there
I don't
also
think
might
Corwin's
be a
gonna...
conversion rate.
Right. I was going to ask that, but then I thought, well, that probably is going to be the case. But Corwin's not going to really take anything because there's nothing. So you guys can carry it all with your bags of holding. I don't got pockets big enough.
So I guess that really breaks down the question. Do you guys want to take all the armor and the broken gun, or do you just want to take the weapons that are working?
Armor is pretty much the same anywhere. It would be worth money, and it is plate mail. I don't know how desperate we are for money. Sorry.
There's a second pistol. I didn't even see that.
Does the studded armor, studded leather, seem anyway magical to me? Because I've also already got a bit bloodstained studded leather in my bag of holding right now. Anyway.
What'd you see?
I know there was more on there.
Oh yeah, a little bit. There's an expand button.
Oh my god.
It's just a normal studded leather.
Yeah.
Okay. What is
But
it?
I think definitely that thunder whip that was being used in the fight, we've got to take that with us. That's too special not to.
Fair.
Yeah.
And what were you saying, Mothership?
Oh, Gearlock shield.
Yeah. It looks like a shield with a mechanism on it that when pressed, it causes the front of the shield to jut outward rapidly to like bash into someone. It looks like it would aid in shield bashing, basically.
Interesting.
It also looks like it runs on like a spring mechanism and there are a couple of spare springs that are like sort of like in a little pouch on the inside of the shield.
I think we should pretty much take everything, although the heavily damaged gun, that's kind of not up.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I didn't see that second.
If you want to work on that and play with it, I suppose.
What is tier 1? What's that mean for those two?
I don't think you technically know.
Okay.
Or I should say you definitely don't technically know.
Okay.
That's more reference for me for the future.
But the segmented breastplate, that's sort of like one of these like metal breastplates that's like in a sort of staggered pieces, I guess.
It's actually segmented blast plate.
Yeah, blast plate.
Blast plate, yeah.
Which is
I saw the BL and plate and just instantly read breastplate. I don't know why the L did that, but sure.
It is the Blacksmoke. It's their specific armor. Blastplate is, and the segmented blastplate just looks like the same type of armor, but with segments, so you can sort of move easier. Would be the easiest way to describe it. But you guys have seen their like super heavy duty armor multiple times. You know that it affects your movement, so having an iteration that wouldn't also makes sense.
So those were from those guys that we killed. Right?
Yeah.
That was like what they were wearing.
That is correct. Hence the question, do you want to take the time to take it all? And if the answer is yes, you absolutely can. I will not stop you. As Ro is just over here eating some dried mushrooms and watching you guys strip these dead guys naked.
Unless the party asks Corwin, he's walking away from looting at this point and not really answering that question that you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you guys want to take it, take it.
Going to make sure that the whip is picked up by, like, if no one else is picking it up, that it's picked up and pocketed, and one of the light swords.
Sure. So a whip, a light sword, not one of the bolters though.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, yeah, definitely one of the bolters, because I want you to regret giving us those.
Of course, of course. Of course, when the time comes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to suggest we should take as much as possible so that we have items to trade in case, in the town.
Or wherever, but yeah.
Or if anything else, if we're helping a bunch of slaves be free, maybe they could use this equipment.
Well, that's my thought. We've got these slaves here right now that have.
They're gone, right? There's
They're
no
gone.
more slaves here.
I mean, in this immediate
there's-
vicinity, you do not see them. That is correct.
Oh, have they
Okay.
buggered off? Yeah.
But it's like
I woulda.
it's like the equivalent of being inside a cave and not looking outside to see if the people are still there. You guys don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
They could be 30 feet that way. You guys aren't checking. You haven't checked.
Marco.
Well, also it's like a sort of situation of these slaves like, hey, do you want some loot?
Yeah. Does
That
anybody
sounds
want
like
any loot?
such a trap.
It does.
Yes.
Plus, most of you don't speak their language. Literally.
Yeah.
I guess Itella's the only one who speaks Elvish, right?
Yeah. And it is a bit of a dialect issue to where Itella is speaking Elvish, but different.
Helena also speaking like the Underdark language.
Undercommon. Yeah. We'll
Undercommon,
probably
that's
get
it, yeah.
somewhere, but I don't know
We
if that
haven't
had
heard
been
that
intended.
yet, right?
Yeah.
That's assuming she speaks it. I don't remember.
Actually, hold on. Did I put you're jogging my memory. Did I put Undercommon as?
I mean,
I did put like in my sort of right back at the beginning of character creation.
sure.
Undercommon,
I mean, it's a scenario where
technically
they
speaking,
definitely
but,
speak
yeah.
a few words of Undercommon, so it'd be a common broken language between you, but they mostly speak Elvish.
But it would be very much the case of if Sal were to be speaking Undercommon, like, you know, when someone that's like grown up in Italy their whole life
Mhm.
comes over to America and tries speaking English. You can very tell that very significant. They are not born and bred American.
Your accent is terrible, as they say.
Yeah.
Like Mario.
Like
Yeah.
Mario. Rose,
do-
at this point, sort of just like watching you guys. Go ahead.
Oh,
You
You
sorry,
know
I
what?
just
I
said
would
I do
ask
speak.
Ro if they would use it. I wouldn't just assume.
Sure, we'll get to that. What'd you say, Liz?
I was just trying to let you know that I do speak it.
Ah, gotcha.
Under-
Yeah, the undercommon. I got you. But
But
To
do
be
you
fair-
want to try and? Oh yeah, never mind. Sorry.
to be fair, the
Carry on.
question had been at the when he was sorry, I should say when Ro was speaking to the slaves, they had been speaking Elvish, and now
Mhm.
after all of that, Sar is mentioning Undercommon, right? So
Oh sure.
it
yeah.
wouldn't really change anything because that was the language they were speaking. But anyway, if you want to ask Ro if they would use the weapons, I think there's a moment of consideration.
Yeah, would this help their cause? It's a good
Hmm.
question.
I'd be a little afraid they'd blame
Take
them for
revenge.
killing the slavers if they took their weapons.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
That being said, they might be blamed anyways if they linger too long. We should really clear out the town before they send more this way.
Can we catch a quick rest before that? Like a shortish one?
Yeah,
I think we
need to
still
bring-
need to do that, right?
Yeah, we're all kind of just chilling here. It's very much the rest. This
Gotcha.
is the rest.
Gotcha.
Like,
I had
the
already
looting is
used.
the rest.
I already
Yeah.
spent 3 hit dice on Dribbly before we ended last time because I was confused about the sequence of things. But so he's not entirely healed, but that's happening now. And
Yeah, that's what I
otherwise,
did at the start of this one. Was had Ro use their hit
Right.
dice.
Yeah,
Colin's
like
just
short rest
tending
is
to dribble.
technically a couple of hours of low intensity
it's like 1
behavior.
hour, but yeah.
Yeah.
But if that's it, and you guys are sort of, at least for the time being, keeping most of the loot, especially the functioning pistol and the non-functioning pistol, are over with Helena to sort of look at and work on. Did you actually give Helena those blueprints, or just stick them in her face while she was looting the guy's pockets and looking at a pistol?
At first, it would have been a shove and face style thing,
Sure.
but that would have been sort of like shove and face. Oh, this isn't the time.
Yeah.
And then pocket it for a while, and then later on in this sort of like hours worth of time, seen if she was receptive to look at them.
Sure. Once everything sort of settles down and you guys are sort of like, pick your spot, right? Taking a seat and taking a breather for the last like 20-30 minutes of the rest. You can have Helena look at them more directly.
And let us not forget that Itella had been prepping snacks.
I love the idea of Itella making snacks. I don't know specifically what you're making, while Ro is standing next to you just eating a bag of dried mushrooms. It's just like watching you make something. And
I don't know what supplies we have, so I don't know what I'm making.
I imagine you're probably making some kind of dried meat, right? Or maybe not making, but pulling out and setting on like a tray or something, right? Because you guys already have a bunch of dried meat, if I recall.
Supplies and spreading out a buffet.
It's like the veggie platter. It's like one of those, but it's like there's some dried meat here. You know, there's it's like this is beef jerky. This is some dried fish. You know, like that kind of thing. I imagine not a huge thing to dwell on. It's lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do go like a what's it called, like a charcuterie board, at one point there's like an empty spot and Ro just like puts a handful of dried mushrooms in it.
Aw, sharing.
There you go. And you guys can sort of sit and munch on your snack lunch.
So
I like
actually, I asked him, "Can you teach me about some of the mushrooms here, so I don't, get the wrong kind?"
Sure, I can point them out. The edible ones. The most of the inedible ones are edible but unpleasant. Some of them are edible ones. But isn't everything.
To somebody.
True. But if you want to sort of settle down and show her this document, this blueprint, is there a specific question you had about it? Or just, hey, look at this?
I was this is with regards to the blueprint of the that
long
Sar
rifle.
found, and yeah.
Yeah, correct.
I'm very curious to ask Helena this. Like, you're familiar about how your rifle works and things. Does this seem to be like yours, or is it a different thing in some way that they're using now? Because this it seems to be what they are bringing down for the members of the Underdark that are buying it.
Have I had a chance to look at it yet?
Well, I think now's the moment where he's sort of
This
handing
is
you
the
to look at it.
moment that,
Oh,
yeah, you've had a brief moment of I shoved it in your face and hey look, and this is the moment of more sort of
Hey, I really mean it. Look
timely
now.
looking at it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. As you
okay.
as you sort of have your snack and you're sort of looking it over. I suppose the simple answer is it's very similar to the one that you have, except for a handful of minor differences because you sort of had to guess at repairing your own. So yours has some like differences in design that were because you didn't know the initial design. So maybe this is the initial design. It's hard to say. It's also only about half of it. So, but it looks very similar and could, be the same type of rifle or like the like sister to the one you have kind of thing. If you get what I mean.
Okay. Are they both the same?
Yeah, like
Or
from what you can see, from what's actually there, the mechanism is the same. They're roughly the same size. With what you're looking at, it looks like there was probably some streamlining of components between your rifle and this one. But you don't have enough of it to be sure. Enough of the blueprint, I mean.
the blueprint is different from the pistols.
Yeah, it is the rifle that
okay.
you have. It is much more similar to the rifle that you have.
Then I would tell him it looks like a previous version of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either previous or next
there's
without
some
the other half.
notable.
Yeah.
So there's well, you'll understand these better than like looking around any of the rest of us? Do you want to hold on to this blueprint? And I don't know. It means nothing to me. And it'll mean a lot more to you.
If Corwin's in earshot, he'll ask too and squeak a question in there. Do you think you can make one with the blueprint? Like make more of the rifle that you already have?
I might need help from those were they gnomes in the cave?
Oh, the dwarves. The three
yeah.
and the brothers.
Oh, right.
I might need some help from them.
But it is something you'd have to see the rest of it to know.
Okay.
Yeah. This is so am I right in like loosely understanding like this is kind of like having a section of the bit of the flintlock bit of a full rifle.
Yeah.
As opposed to a full or part. Yeah. It's like having that third of a flintlock rifle described without the whole sort of barrel and pieces and things.
Yeah. It's like you sort of like have the central mechanism being described, but you don't have like the ignition or the barrel. But like that, or you've got the interior of the rifle but not the exterior, so you don't know how that comes together. You have half of it either way.
Yeah.
Probably the interior mechanism rather than the exterior, just to be clear, though, for this.
Yeah,
It's
definitely better you having it than the rest of us. And also better them not having access to this than. And actually, one question: in whose shoe did I find this again?
The captain.
The captain's shoe. Yeah.
Well, the one that was that seemed
And
to be
was
described as the
that
blacksmoke captain.
Yeah, the blacksmith captain. Just making sure I
Mm-hmm.
understood that correctly.
Was one of the pistols on him, or both of them on that same captain?
The broken pistol was on that guy. Actually, both of them were, because after the other guy died, he picked up his pistol because his broke.
Right, I remember that.
So yeah, technically both were on.
But yeah, that's potentially. I don't see this sort of thing, this sort of design being something that everyone carries around with them. So that must be part of a sale agreement, which I would imagine is not going to go through because they don't have all the pieces
Anymore.
Yeah, and you will remember that Roe had said that the Blacksmoke guys were trading the blueprints for the metals. And it looks like, at least at the moment, you have the mine shut down and you have one of the blueprints. So,
yeah,
or half the blueprints, I guess.
We're making friends.
So shall we get going, guys?
Sure.
So, what can you tell us about this village? This is, and yeah, I'm up for, let's go. And along the way, tell us what you can tell us about this village.
Not much to tell. It's that they usually just fish.
Fish. Corwin gets excited at that.
Well, what fish you can get from the river, of course. It's a questionable variety of edible things. But they mostly just I'll get you guys to where you need to be in a sec. They mostly just fish up whatever comes downriver. They used to make the journey downriver, upriver to the lake and fish directly from the lake, but
From Dark Drop Lake.
yeah. Did I put this? I don't know where the little token for a town is, so I'm just gonna mark it on the map.
Yeah. What can you you said that there's these Blacksmoke folk and others in this town, but what can you tell us about the layout of this town? Is it like all a bunch of houses along a big street, or is there somewhere that they might be sort of treating as their sort of core base, where they bring slaves to, or anything like that?
Well, I know the last time I was poking my head around in there, they were using the tavern as their sort of base of operations.
Of course.
Where else? You make a triangle. Yeah, there. It's like a little house. Little house on the river, folks. I'm gonna have to go around, though. Might end up being a longer journey than I thought. But we'll be there by nightfall.
Yeah, it's not too
Wait,
bad.
what's nightfall?
Yeah. By the time you're next tired.
My
Right.
sleepy time.
We'll be there by
Yeah.
evening.
Constitution saves until you're too tired.
No, not quite that long, but it's definitely the rest of your day, and like you're gonna be fighting. It sounds like you're gonna be fighting to free a town instead of sleeping, which I guess is ultimately up to you guys as you guys sort of reach the town. You guys are on the outskirts of town. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of a description for you. It's a fairly small town. It is fairly close together, maybe 16 buildings, give or take. The majority of them are along the river and sort of follow the river, but there's a sort of tight clump around the inn, sort of like a bunch of them dotted around the inn, but where the rest sort of stretch out along the river, sort of like so. If you get what I mean.
So can the
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can the main points of interest, like you're kind of already describing, but can Ro just point to that's where we're going? This is where
I think
whatever.
Probably as you guys are nearing the town, Ro will say, I think the biggest problem is going to be that they after I was there last, they've started to sort of patrol the town rather than just, what's the term?
Just
Sit there,
be there.
sit there and do not much of anything.
Loiter.
Now they've got folks patrolling the town. I think that means it's gonna be a lot harder to sneak in.
Well, okay, we're like, if we have a destination, let's try to, kind of keep the distance that we have to sneak there as short as possible, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to imagine this strategically with the map that I'm looking at, you know what I mean? But
I think
it's just wherever the ultimate goal is,
I think
we should try to get there as quickly
there's
as
a
possible.
confusion here. The goal is to kill all the slavers, not to go somewhere.
Okay, so it's just an attrition. We're just okay. Do we see any?
I don't know what what more we need.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
But
knock an error.
So last time you were here, how many did you see here?
I counted 4 of the Blacksmoke. As well as there were sort of like starts counting. I'd say at least 6 of the slavers. There might be more. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I suppose.
And how many? Yeah. How many are we expecting to see on the sort of patrol routes? All the slavers? Surely not. But
I mean,
a few of them.
Probably not all of them, but at least a few.
He kind of already said he didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we can know that.
Yeah, Rosam's very uncertain.
Yeah.
Let's just find him and kill him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, by the way,
and
this sort of area in this sort of here.
I'm on a totally different map.
What's the sort of like terrain like with sort of where we're coming from? Are we coming from uphill, downhill?
It's a mild slope upward, and then it sort of like levels off as you would be entering the town. I picture you guys at this point. So you can't get an upward vantage point on the town, is what I'm saying. I'm picturing at this point you guys are sort of like as it starts to slope up, you guys are just like down lower as it starts to slope up and like peeking over the ridge looking at the town, right? That's how I envision you guys are now. The problem is there's not really a strategic vantage point for you guys here unless you want to go cavern wall climbing, which is an option.
Is this one of these sort of like more like loose village style ones, or is it like one that has like a wall managing its entrance or anything like that?
It almost looks like there at one point was a wall being built up, but it doesn't look. What's the word? Maintain's not the right word. It doesn't look like they finished the job, you know.
Sure,
Incomplete.
yeah.
And it looks like here's the sort of the cavern, right? The actual cavern wall, and then it looks like they sort of like started building it out this way, and then just stopped at one point, and it's you have no idea what happened.
Can we see the water from where we're at?
I don't think so. There's a bunch of buildings in the way, but you get the general idea that you guys are here. It's on the other side, and then goes into the cavern like so.
And this village is built right up against the cavern wall, or is it kind of
Relatively close. Like a good way to look at it is, oh, I guess there's a gap between the wall and then the cavern. So,
like, would it be possible to, and I'm not suggesting we do this, but just for contextual sake, would it be possible to skirt between the village and the cavern wall safely without being seen by anybody in the village, or is it so close to the wall that?
No, that's what I'm trying to say is that there is probably about a building's worth of distance,
Okay.
so maybe 30 feet between the cavern wall and the village.
That's pretty close, really.
It's relatively
you.
close, but it is not impossible to do what you're asking. But genuinely, on a very fundamental level, I'm not sure why.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should, but just they would help me contextually understand it. That's why I put it in that way. But I totally understand what you're saying now.
One thing, I genuinely thought I didn't have this prepared, but I do have it prepared. I do have pass without trace prepared. So that could be a thing that we utilize. Just bringing that up. But
are you actually bringing this up?
No. So yeah, I think we're all sort of like sneaking up to that sort of like edge point of the village, and we sort of peer over and shuffle back and start having a discussion about what the hell we're gonna do now, because that's where Ro brought up that it's a massacre time.
What are you trying to say over there?
I have a question for Rob. The slavers, do they look different than everybody else? Because I don't want to kill a bystander.
It'll be quite clear which ones are the slavers, yes.
In that case, why don't I do a flyover and see if I can find them?
Sort of assess their rough location.
Yes.
Not
that you would know what that is, by the way.
Yeah. And maybe the slaves themselves, but yeah, this is incredibly high ceilings. We're talking like over 100 foot up in darkness, aren't we? Yeah.
I mean, you've offered this. Does anyone else have anything to say about it?
Well, what, Ro, what do you know about, dealing with these slavers? I'm absolutely up for. It's not what I expected for when I woke up this morning. But are there any sort of details of this village or the people in here that one way or the other we can expect, be it the people stuck as slaves or the assaulters themselves?
Not entirely sure what information you want. Usually I just rush in, I make a loud noise, and then I get the slaves to run away. I don't do much of this thinking stuff that you're doing. So I'm not sure what you want. Let me think for a minute. Some of the buildings...
I mean, we can do that too. If someone is able to make sure that the slaves aren't locked in, we can make a lot of noise and give them an escape route. That's absolutely doable. But
Yeah.
you want
Sounds like a plan.
you're asking us to make sure that the slavers die as well, which
Well-
making sure that we don't die is my priority there.
I mean, that's on us.
Now, what I could do is I could get them to come to me, and then you guys could get them from behind. What about that?
Corwin's like, can I make a suggestion? He's been just.
Please.
Corwin's had an arrow knocked. He's looking for something to shoot. He's been that way for the whole time.
You can certainly try.
How about, and as everybody's suggestions going on, it occurs to him, hey, yes, let's start combat. Ro, you do what you can to get the slaves out of here, because everybody else will be distracted by us. Loop back around, help us as quickly as you can, and we'll kill everybody that's not running away from us.
Okay.
Until everybody's dead.
Okay.
How does that plan sound for everybody?
Did you hear my question?
Maybe.
Okay.
Out of character, I don't think I did.
I am asking if you want me to fly over and see if
if
they're in a group or whatever, so that we know which direction to go.
Well, I think you guys have to figure out what we're doing before you do that, because if we know where they are and then we spend 10 more minutes talking about what we're doing, they're going to move.
Okay.
So I guess the answer is yes, but after we figure out what the heck we're doing.
Okay.
The problem that I see is we aren't at the mine. This is their home. Are the people really going to want to leave? I've never saved slaves that are in their own home before.
You don't
the
think
problem?
So
you
yeah, this is their town, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, but they might want to get out of the way. Give them that kind of warning.
Oh yeah, just say get out of the way. Maybe.
Yeah.
or stay in your homes or something.
Yeah, something.
The bell going off. Stay in your home.
Duck.
I mean, hey, that's an idea.
What
What
can
can
you say?
say,
Emergency.
You said that they're most likely using the inn as their hub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you think any slavers would be inside the inn, or just them? Or not? I mean, slaves. There's no slaves in the inn, or just slavers and Blacksmoke.
I'm just wondering if we could potentially be wandering in as outsiders looking to buy slaves at first.
That would be a way to do it.
I mean, I was thinking we could shoot the inn with the fireball. And if there's no slaves inside, sorry we burnt down your inn, but we saved your lives. And
when I was here last, just to be perfectly clear, the inn was being used as the base of operations for the slavers, and Blacksmoke was staying in that inn. Yes, there were slaves in that inn being used as servants.
Gotcha.
This is
Don't blow up
far too much deliberation. Can we go kill them, please?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
I'm just trying to think of the way that we can have as few of the townsfolk dying as possible.
Yeah.
Don't shoot the townsfolk.
Right.
Yeah, shoot
So,
accurately.
I have
And
a hammer that bounces back toward me. I'm not sure what the problem is. Do you do something that would hit people often?
Yes,
Shall we?
very well.
Oh well, yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
But do we want to go for two different areas of approach? Yeah,
Nah,
let's
let's
just go
just go
for
find
making lots
somebody.
of noise and giving them
Well, we
an
don't have to make lots
opportunity
of
to
noise.
escape.
Let's go find somebody, kill him, find another person, kill him. Repeat.
Hmm.
Try to make as little noise as possible. It's no big deal.
So, a
We've
head-on
done this
attack
lots.
quietly.
Yeah.
That's new. I like that.
Let's whisper to each other. Let's go this way.
So, we need to
Yeah.
have this one, like, suddenly hammer in Itella's face, fly somehow, and tell us where they are, right?
Right.
Cool. Leans back. I don't see your wings.
At the moment.
So let's do that.
All right, I am ready to do reconnaissance.
So how are you doing this? Are you, yeah, like how are you doing this?
Hmm. I almost want to become a bee and fly up to one of them and sting them and then run back.
Well, to be fair, you have certain abilities you've never used
Hmm.
that could be directly related to that thought process. Potentially. Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Is the town lit up? They're using light sources, fire or something, so we can clearly see, or is it all just dark?
There's a lot more light than the area around. It's they have glowing mushrooms. There's some glowing
Okay.
crystals. Some of the places do have fireplaces that appear to be lit only insofar as you can see the smoke rising from the chimneys.
Okay.
Um, I'm talking
Corwin's just
about
gonna.
insectify, in case you're confused, Mothership.
Oh. So, I mean, we can see further than our dark vision.
It's kind of like, you see out to this far, and then there's darkness, and then you see a spot of light, and you can see what's going on around the light. It's like that.
Okay.
Checking. You good over there?
Look at your phone for that answer.
Oh. It's stuck to my desk. That's a bad sign. Um,
So based on what that says, I'm really having trouble seeing.
that's fair, but you're not seeing anything right now. You don't need to see anything right now.
No, I meant finding my sheet, etc.
Well, the answer is in the text. So let's see. If that is something you want to do, that is something you can do, which will get you.
Yes, please. Just do it. Mm.
Sure. Okay, so you're still gonna have to open that sheet up, but I will and give me a stealth check when the time comes. Do you think you can do that?
Try.
So while Itella how I imagine this functions is Itella transforms into King Bee, being, the very large bee, and then shrinks slowly to about half the normal size of King Bee. None of you have seen Itella do that before. Shrink, I mean.
Is that a new spell or something?
Well, I'm not sure the bee can respond.
Oh yeah, I just hear.
In fact, you may or may not remember this, Mothership, but you can actually shrink further if you want by expending a spell slot.
Before this shrunk, I tell a bee flies off. I do want to try and swat it with a guidance.
Like there's like a very confused Ro leans back and goes, "I see your wings now."
Oh, okay.
So would you like to shrink further to be even harder to see or not?
Yeah, I think I should.
All right. So instead of being a medium king bee, you're then a small king bee and then a tiny king bee. So about the normal size of a bee, with the power of the king. Anyway, you can fly over the town. Actually, this works better because of the limited line of sight of a bee. The king bee has a much better sight range. So basically what you spot is heading down the central road that you guys would be coming in on now, is what looks like a group. It looks like two of the slavers. They were called conscripts previously, and with them is a Blacksmoke armored individual with a shield and a looks like a mace maybe, and they are sort of together, like moving down the central path. Other than that, give me a perception check. And they are headed to the direction you guys would be coming from, but not towards you, if you get what I mean. Come on. It's just one of those days. Yeah. Perception check, Mothership, please. That is going to be insufficient, unfortunately. You see a handful of other drow around the place. As
I did say that the guidance, although I think that was just a minute that it can last.
Yeah, so that guidance technically would have applied to the stealth check, not the perception check, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're right.
But as you fly further over, you see what looks like another individual in this the same sort of segmented blast plate. They look different. They look like they have like a special glove on or something, but they look distinctly different from the one you saw before. But given the fact that they look different than the others, maybe they're a higher rank or something. You're not sure. Sorry, this Blacksmoke individual in the segmented blast plate. They appear to be at an outdoor bar, having a conversation with a drow behind a counter. There is one of the drow slavers with them. It looks like a tense exchange, we'll call it. But that is all you see outside, as well as, well, I should say that is all of them you see outside. You do see a number of other drow sort of just scattered about. You see one like looks like they're working in a field or something, and you see a couple of a couple of them by a campfire. That's the gist of it.
Okay. The ones that are having the tense conversation, I
Sure.
just kind of do like a flyby and like go in between them and then leave. See if I can catch any words.
Well, you are perfect for this job, as you do speak Elvish. You hear this Blacksmoke individual speaking Elvish fairly poorly, um, and they seem to be asking a lot of questions. Sorry, why did I say asking questions? They seem to be insulting the food on offer.
Oh,
I don't know why I said asking questions. They're insulting the food on offer, which is just getting the slaver to chuckle a lot, and they're just like berating the presumably tavern keep person.
okay.
But as you sort of fly by the windows and stuff and zip back upward, give me another perception check. This will be your final one as you head back to the group. Yeah, you notice at least 3 more of these slavers inside the inn that you're passing now.
Okay, so they're not all together on spot, but they would get to a spot quickly if we attack one group, the others would come.
With the exception of the ones patrolling down the road, those are the furthest ones away.
Right. Well, I thought I didn't see those too.
You did. There was something else you didn't see.
Oh, fine. Okay, so I go back and report.
Sure. And the gist of that report is, hey, there's a couple guys coming down the road. There's a couple guys outside arguing with a innkeeper type guy about food. And there's some guys inside the inn.
I would want to have specifically noticed if they were armored and armed.
The ones outside are all armored and armed. The ones inside, I mean, I would say they are as well, yeah. So they are all armored and armed.
Okay.
Was it one of the ones arguing with people that sort of gave an impression of being more substantial compared to the other?
Yeah, the one
recruits?
complaining about
Yeah.
food.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't dress up in this metal armor and bluff my way into poisoning this one that wants lovely food. That's not on the cards.
Not really.
Darn it.
All right. So you guys were just told there's a handful of individuals heading directly for you. Right this very second.
2?
What do you want to do?
Wasn't that the 2 that were?
No,
Heading
3.
with them?
It was the 2
3.
conscripts and the blacksmoke guy.
Yeah, I can't count. Okay.
Yeah, Corin just says to Itella, like, what do we do? What's the plan? Who do we attack?
I mean, technically you had to leave King B for him to inform them of that.
Well, of course. I think I would say we should probably start with the ones outside, so that the others come out, so the people can stay inside protected.
Rose nodded.
Yeah, wherever Itella's pointing, Corwin's going to start going stealthily in that direction with Dribbly right next to him.
Ro is not stealthing, sees you stealthing and goes, oh, and crouches a little bit.
If the whole party is not stealthing, Corwin won't do it. But I mean, Corwin just takes off.
Yeah,
And he's
well,
not
this
going to
one-
do it
and-
without stealthing.
And Sol definitely stealth as well, because that's part
Dribbly's
of
crawling.
Star's repertoire as well anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to also.
So that was one of your wild shapes and one of your spell slots, presumably of whatever level you wanted, Mothership. Would you like to go the other direction as this fight's about to start?
Me go the other direction?
You went small. Would you like to go the other direction?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I didn't get that either. I'm so sorry.
I thought you meant south as opposed to north or
So
something
did
like
I.
that.
think-
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't I tell I have to end the B form to talk to us?
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
that
that,
it
yeah,
ended.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
but now I think I will go ahead and do the bee of normal size.
Oh,
The king bee of normal size. There we go.
And I was asking if you wanted to use the 10th level ability to go big instead of small.
Oh, that'd be fun. Let's do that. Oh, too loud.
Okay, let's see.
I gotta get the sheet up.
So you guys are coming up over the ridge to fight these guys. Two of you at the front are crouched and stealth, and a giant bee forms behind you.
I just dive at the three that are together there.
Well, you guys should all be able to see right now. So now I can actually make King Bee large, and King Bee is actually large, instead of me just forgetting that King Bee is only medium.
Yes.
Although my impression of what was happening was us like this is that sort of main route that they're sort of coming down. Yes.
Yes.
That my interpretation was that some of us were going that way, and the misunderstanding was the bee going that way, or was like, oh no, bee getting larger?
Unless I'm misunderstanding, Ro, Corwin, and Itella are all charging down the main path for the three guys. That is how I interpreted it. Correct me if I'm wrong. The three of you.
Yes, I am
Pretty
charging down.
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
So what Sar's doing whatever Sar wants to do, but that's what the three of them are doing.
Okay, Sar was initially thinking that it was going to be a sort of ambush point, and then everyone started running in, and okay, here we go.
There we go.
Don't forget to click on your tokens, roll your initiative. You guys are getting the three of you who immediately started moving, you get to have a turn first before we enter initiative order. So what are you guys doing?
Sorry, how do I roll initiative on the King Bee sheet?
There should be a little dice. It looks like a little D20.
Oh, I see it. Thank you.
You got it? Okay.
Does that include Dribbly or just Corwin, or when you say three people?
I guess it would include Dribbly, yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget you can move through an ally's space, so and also the bee is probably flying.
A little bit, yeah.
But again, it is technically the three of you before anyone else goes, so what are you doing?
I'm just preparing, knocking arrow. I'm gonna basically shoot hold an action to shoot anything that Itella attacks.
I will remind you, if you hold an action, that is a singular attack as opposed to attacking, which will give you your extra attack.
All right. I mean, I'll wait as soon as in the future. I won't. Don't call it a held action. I mean, I'm just ready to attack. That's what I do with that turn, right?
I guess that's what you could do.
I mean, I guess I go before Itella actually, and oh wait, no. What's Itella's initiative?
Oh yeah, like
Or did it not?
No, yeah, Itella's 19, so yes, Itella would go, and then I'll. Right? There's
what's the bee's dexterity dex mod?
That's a good question.
Or Itella, or
two.
In which case, yes, Sar will be before.
But again,
yeah.
Hold on.
Sar
Stop.
was thinking.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's the three of them going first outside of initiative order. Before initiative
sure.
order.
This is like the surprise rounds, basically.
Precisely.
Right.
Because they charged forward, and the rest of you.
Yeah.
Your surprise round is being surprised they're charging forward.
That they
Right.
also, yeah, Sar's surprised as well.
Yeah. But give me just a
I'm
moment.
gonna dive bomb the one in the middle.
Is the front middle kind of dealio?
Yeah.
None of these guys get to go until they're aware the fight is happening. I'm just trying to get them all into the initiative order. Sorry.
And yeah, like Sar's whole approach to these style of things in his years past has always been waiting and lurk. So yeah, this
Sure.
is a big surprise.
Apologies. Let me just have to get all these guys in the turn order for when they figure out what's going on, which is not yet. Did that just roll twice? It's fine.
Mhm.
These two guys. Huh. What a roll. All right, so surprise rounds. Itella.
So yeah, dive bombing.
So you are hitting this guy with the shield in the front, correct?
Yes.
Careful now.
Excuse me. Okay. Yes. Breathe. Okay. Mm.
That. I'm checking your new ability, Terrify. Yeah, it's not a bonus to hit, it's a bonus to damage. So that is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm sure I surprised them.
Yes. And I will remind you, you can continue to expend spell slots and increase your size as a bonus action.
I could, but limited amount of spells. So
Yeah, I just thought it'd be worth reminding you.
yes.
You can move a bit as well if you want.
Or you
Because
can
you're
sit there. It's up to you.
a big bee.
Yeah, just sorry. Can you move it
Where would you like to go?
just on top of the one I attacked? That's just
Here, we'll put you over here for convenience because you can fly above the wall,
yes.
whereas anybody else would have to stand on the wall, and that's just not going to work.
Yeah.
Corwin,
Okie
the
dokie.
giant bee mist.
Right. Can you give me a brief description of these three guys? Looks like two of them are very similar.
Well, one of them's the a blacksmoke guy with the big heavy armor and a shield. He is wielding
gotcha.
a melee weapon, which I don't think you guys have seen before yet. So he'll be the first one you guys see wielding a melee weapon. The other two just look like the drow. They've been described as drow conscripts. They have the Phaserus light sword.
Okay.
The Phaserus core light sword. And they're wearing like the breastplate. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple arrows into this drow.
Sure.
But before I do that, let me pause and gather myself. I'm gonna go ahead and put Hunter's Mark on him. So bonus action, Hunter's Mark. Just do that for. Go ahead and turn that on. Checked. Everything looks good. All right. Roll 20 looks like it's got it right. And how about 30 to hit?
Yep, he's been marked.
Nice.
That's
For is Hunter's Mark? Yep. Okay, so for 18 damage
it. That hurt.
and 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
for 16 damage, which Dribbly will, if the guy's not dead, infuse for
That'll.
one
You
more
don't need to
fire.
infuse it. Sorry.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, I guess technically it would happen at the same time, but we'll let it go. I gotta look at how that's supposed to function. I think it's supposed to happen at the same time. You want to move it all?
In fact, no. I stopped short and took my shots, and then tell Dribbly to attack the guy, so he's gonna fly up here and attack that guy immediately to beneath him. He's biting at him for an 18. Yes, no.
Which guy? The middle guy?
Yeah, the armored guy.
That will please. Sorry.
No problem.
Don't think I have this guy open.
I got all my fingers crossed.
Which means he didn't get his initiative roll. That's unfortunate. Because I don't remember what this guy's is.
Yeah, I don't see him in the turn order.
Yeah. He's not in the turn order. Which is one of the wonderful things. Like this wasn't initially part of Roll20 like a few years ago, of being able to hover over the turn order and get highlights.
Unfortunately. These guys
have a surprise round anyway.
Yeah.
Significant AC. So
that's why I was worried, even at an 18. Okay. I think that's me. Corwin and Dribbly.
So that is going to then be Ro, who is at this point loudly shouting for the in Elvish, so most of you don't actually understand. I think they're going to throw at the guy in the back. Sorry, no disadvantage or no advantage. Throw at the guy in the back. That's a miss. So they're going to do it again. That's actually going to, I believe. Where'd you go? Be a hit. That's a hit. For 15 total damage. And then as like just chucks it as they're running and catches it as it bounces back and swings it down at this guy in front. And misses. What is happening? I don't know why Ro can't hit anything. And that's the surprise round done. Resetting that. So the thing that wasn't spotted. Was that there's just this guy chilling on a roof who sees you guys charge forward and start attacking. So let's see.
Out of curiosity, what's the sort of loose height level of that building compared to this one?
Definitely shorter.
Just out of curiosity.
This one's
short.
You know, this one's probably about 5 foot higher, give or take a foot.
So, how were we surprising them? Like, was it?
It was just like a swiftness of action, because it's like a little ridge and they charge up over the ridge when these guys aren't expecting to see someone, and they just surprise. It was just a surprising moment. They didn't expect people to be there, you know? And they surprised them because they were the ones physically charging forward. The rest of you did not do that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was surprised that they did
Like
that.
the people that were sneaking.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, so
Well,
you and
everybody was
I,
sneaking, I think.
Helena and Sa, thought that the approach to this was to sneak about and wait for them to come up. At least that's what Sa thought. I can't speak for you.
Yeah.
But they just sort of ran at it.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
yeah, because you guys were waiting back to sneak forward. I imagine the thought had been, oh, when they turn around and go that way after patrolling this way, then we jump on them. But the
Yeah.
other three
Stab
did
them in the
not
back.
interpret that at
Yeah.
all, so that's not what they did.
Yeah, and in particular, like with having Ro in the group.
Which this is going to be a shot against the B. It's going to miss, and then Row, which is also going to miss. So that's 2 missed shots. That's super unfortunate.
Ricochet. Somebody's
Uh,
shooting at us.
Not unfortunate for us.
And that's going to cause the weapon to misfire.
Cool.
Helena can hear over the distance the sound of a weapon misfiring and
Yeah.
smiles quietly.
Yeah, it's gonna have to fix that next time. So it's just like a click and a click rather than even a gunshot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, I've gotten over the fact that I've been surprised because I was actively trying to sneak at that time. Which would matter if outside of flavor, if I was any build other than the build I have. But with that, all I can see from here is these two. Is that correct? These two here.
Okay, so I will give you guys that you also see this guy who's under like an awning of this building, which is why the bee flying over didn't see him. So that you guys now in this position, all of you see
Or is
him
that
now.
this
that
one over
guy?
here?
No. Down here. Down here. This guy.
Hold on, let me zoom out.
Is it not
Okay,
like
Oh,
I
that
tried
one,
to
sure.
drag
Yeah.
you guys over? This guy?
Aw.
He's kind of
see
under
that.
this
Yeah.
awning, so the bee didn't see him, and he's just like chilling. And then he hears the fighting started, and pulls up his shield and pistol. But I also realized he's not in the turnover.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. What's very appropriate right now from my perspective is let's upcast this to 3rd level of a moonbeam. On these two right in front of us, like that the being folk are dealing with linger. Yeah, that. It definitely gets those two, but I think that's a much bigger thing. I'm pretty sure it's a 2x2. It always confuses me, the area effect that
It would still, if it's a 2x2 and you moved it over to center, it would
5
still
foot
cover all
radius.
9
Yeah.
squares. So
Yeah.
I think it's just the same either way. 'Cause if it
It's
touches the
5 foot
square, it affects
radius,
the square.
so that's
Exactly.
Edge. There we go. It
Exor's got the sexy moonbeams. Past 2
yes.
sessions. Perfecting them.
Cool. That's con save, correct?
Yeah.
And is it? Or half as much on a successful save. And I upcasted it so it's 21 on a fail or 10 on a success.
On save. Oops, that's 3 higher, so 14.
That's a fail?
And yeah, also that should be spell save DC 18, not 16. I don't know why it's saying
every
that.
time.
Yeah, on my thing it says 18, but for some reason clicking it claims 16. Yeah. Oh, I think I know why. Because it's getting confused about mixing with Warlock. But yeah, it should be DC 18, which the second one meets, so that's half as much damage. So 10 damage to the second, 21 to the first.
Okay. Cool. Whoops, I did 115. It's not right.
And actually, hold on. I'm trying to work out what level of shock is Darren of because that's action. What do I want to do there? From then on, do I want to go full Leroy Jenkins or not? I'll at least move forwards to like here. Yeah. No, not there. There. Well, maybe both. Sure. And I'm gonna call it a day there right now. Yeah.
Fair enough. Trying to think. We haven't had any loud noises whatsoever. Except no, Ro did shout very loudly, so
God damn it, Ro. Knew I should have picked up the silence spell.
okay. So this one is made aware, which means the group with them is made aware. Charge toward the sounds.
Which is row.
Oops, I accidentally skipped Itella. Sorry. It's B time. Go for it. You realize the guy you're stinging has a lot of armor. You can keep trying to sting him or switch targets.
What do the other two have?
One is dead. The other has like a breastplate instead of like these big thick plates of armor.
Okay, yeah, I'll switch.
All
I'll
right,
switch.
get him. Unfortunately, that's gonna be a miss.
And he only gets one, right?
I think so. I can double check real quick. Let's do one.
Yeah, I only see one.
Because I was looking at it trying to figure out if the attack was right, and I wasn't sure. I'd have to look into look at that in detail. But I will let you know.
I just want to hit him once so he can have some poison, man.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a miss, even if it was supposed to be slightly higher. So, unfortunate.
It's not very high, so
And then I
maybe next
accidentally,
turn.
and then I already did that guy. So we're over to this guy who's gonna charge forward. He's only got 20 feet of movement.
What does he look like?
Very similar to the other guy, except as in the guy right in front of Dribbly. Except instead of like a hammer thing, this guy has a pistol. So like the guy at the slaver camp before.
Okay.
The miner, whatever. Where did you go? Okay. What's his range? Yeah. He can shoot at a bee, I think. No advantage. 10 misses the bee. But a 17 hits the bee. 4. 10 total damage. Oh, I messed up. He doesn't get his second attack. The first one was a misfire.
I was just gonna say.
So no damage to the bee. His weapon misfires.
Great success.
Oh, he has a reaction once a day to make his weapon not misfire. Oops.
Oh,
back and forth, back and forth. So it did not misfire. So it is 10 damage to the bee. Sorry about that. I will try to remember that some of them have that.
Nice reaction for a gun user.
But that is his one a day, so for a win. And Mothership, don't forget that's damage to the bee, not to you.
Let's see. So the drow that's still alive in the moonbeam, can I discern, is he looking really rough or not so much?
Doesn't look great.
Okay, my next question. Do I see this guy who shot at us?
Down south?
The guy up on the roof that I'm pinging?
From your position, yes.
Okay, so I saw him. He was shooting at us. He's 60 or 65 feet, depending on where you start from away from me, so I should be able to hit him.
Probably.
So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a couple shots at him. That guy. And before I do that, I'm gonna spend my bonus to put Hunter's Mark on him. And shoot him for a 21 to hit.
Hit.
14 damage. Dribbly will use that for 6 more fire damage. Nice job, Dribbly. So it's 20 damage. And I'll shoot again. 25 to hit. For 12 more damage. And I think I'm going to just enjoy the ground I'm standing on, so I'm not going to move. So I think that's Corwin's turn. I didn't happen to notice that that guy died or not, did I?
Nope.
He didn't die, or I didn't notice?
He does not appear to have died.
Okay.
He only got more powerful.
Yeah. He hate me now. Yeah, maybe I should have taken partial cover. I did say I ended my turn, so I won't do that. So Dribbly's gonna rinse and repeat, and he's gonna try to bite this dude right beneath him, or to the, and he's just gonna miss.
To the below.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, this guy gets a con save from the Moonbeam.
Which should be a DC 18.
21.
And they save it for half.
Which
Hold on, let me roll the value because that was a upcast as well. Sorry. All these pop-ups. There we are. So half of 4. Wow.
Wow,
That's the downside of D10s. Like
wild.
they can be absolutely incredible, but you can roll a 1, a 2, and a 1.
This guy's gonna feel
that is
invincible.
amazing.
Minimum of okay. So
Yeah, very close to minimum damage at a third cast, yeah.
wild. Okay, he's gonna then move here. That's an attack of opportunity from a bee. If you'd like to take that. Oh. Huh. No, I guess that's not flanking. Sorry, I got confused for a moment. No, it is, right? Because
Yeah.
I tell is a big B, which means +2, which means you hit.
Yay.
So that is
Nice.
actually slightly different damage. So because you're one size bigger, because of your Terrify feature, you're it's a D8 instead of a D6. So roll a D6. Oh, sorry, misspoke. Roll a D8, and it'll be the roll or the 6, whichever's higher. Because your your D6 rolled a 6.
7 or an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Roll
Same
a D8.
Oh.
Sorry, too loud. Roll a D8, please. Oh, yeah, so 6. So 9 damage and a con save. A failed con save, so also
Nice.
12 poison damage.
Very cool.
Oh. Okay, and then the poison damage. That poison damage. Interesting. Nice. Is that poison? Oh, only if reduced to 0 hit points. All right. As this guy is moving, you see, as it looks like he takes the head of the hammer and like cranks a valve on it, and he's swinging down a dribbling. And this is the detonation hammer. Wow. Okay, that's a miss.
That's karma balancing out. That's what Dribbly rolled.
Yeah.
And
much like the Moonbeam bolt rolled.
Right.
Yeah.
Technically, he's supposed to shield slam first. I forgot. So he'll just miss, swing the shield up, and smack Dribbly in the face.
That hits.
Do not worry about the rest. He used his bonus action for the other things. So it's just 8 total damage. And then his second and final attack with this detonation hammer is a 16 against Dribbly.
That misses. 18 AC.
Only triggers on a hit, so can't really do it. That's it. He's done.
Ew.
All right. This conscript is starting his turn inside the moonbeam.
Here's another. Well, they've got to make the save either way. It's only about if they get half of it or not.
Okay.
That meets, so I think that's a save, right?
Yeah. So is that 9 then?
That's 9 damage. Yes.
That's
9 radiant.
death. All right, 2 down. We're doing good.
Oh, hold on. Just let me double check is it force? Oh no, spell. Never mind. Carry on.
All right. Oops, I accidentally skipped a guy. This guy was not in the group that would have auto noticed because the other guy noticed words. So he gets a perception check. Okay, where are you? So many windows open. Perception. Does not notice. Then the next guy. Oh, he was on the auto notice brigade. Because their boss noticed. Can I get you in a actual square so I can see the 5 feet movement that you're moving? So that's 30 feet there. And then 30 feet there. All right. It's row time. Gonna be throwing some hammers. What's the distance here? Is that safe? Oof. It's unfortunate. Ro is absolutely going to do this. Okay. Jumps over the wall and is a short little bean, so runs under the B. And is now standing below clothes line. There we go. Throws a hammer along the way and misses. Throws another hammer and misses. And smacks right as they arrive. Okay. 20 AC is a problem. Oh, hey, that's a 6 thunder damage. So there. Where is it? If the damage die of the thunder damage would be 6, Row, Breaker of Chains gains 5 temporary hit points that last for 1 minute. Yay, temporary hit points. Alright, and this guy is going to take a little bit of damage. But as Row's running it, Row's like, you got this. I just books it. Helena. What would you like to do?
So this is a guy. I'm sorry, it's hard to see.
Yeah, that would be a guy. Correct.
Okay, then that's who I'm gonna shoot.
Awesome.
Wait. Oh yeah, the guy did yell, so that's fine.
Nice.
Hello.
I was just gonna say, roll a 20.
You do have sneak attack because Dribbly is within 5 feet. Get it.
Okay.
Wow.
50, 60, 4, 5, 6, 6. Oh my god, this is difficult.
66, I believe, right? Yeah. 50 plus 16.
But damage reduction is involved.
Yeah, I think he's.
Oh gosh, darn it.
Just do this. I can do it this way. So
Yeah.
that's 12 total dice for that one. 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 total dice. That's still enough to kill him. That's exactly enough to kill him after damage
Nice.
reduction.
Awesome.
Nice.
You just shot him. You just shot him in the visor. Down he goes.
This is easier than I thought.
And with a gunshot, is I guess the last guy who tried to shoot had his weapon misfire. The last two guys, right? Oh man. Basically they definitely know you're here now, but you killed that guy, so good job. You want to move at all? Or would you like to stay where you are?
I think I will move. Would I be able to hop over this barrier?
The little
Is it
wall
like
down there?
a-
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
It's like 2.5 feet tall. It's like they were going for something and then gave up.
It's pretty tall for a gnome.
I'll never forget the time I was at like a family gathering. I don't know, it was like 10 years ago. I tried to jump over the wall that was like 2 feet high, and I almost made it, but my toe caught, and I just landed flat on my
Oh, no.
face.
Oh no.
Ow.
I hope
man.
that doesn't happen to me.
I think you're a lot more dexterous than me.
Roll in acrobatics.
Yeah. I think about my sort of jumping things in like high school and whatnot, and I'm amazed I have a nose still.
Right? No, I broke my glasses. It was awful.
That's
I
the
got
worst.
this here for a little perspective for you guys. If I can get it
Nice.
to stop rotating wrong. Lake in the mine is sort of that away, like around the bend.
Mhm.
Anywho,
It's the bonus action that I use to dash, right?
correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay,
where's about
so
you
I'm
want to go?
gonna go around the
Mm,
circle of fire and end up here.
perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sorry about that. All right, and I believe that's it for you. So we go over to where the heck is this guy? Zoom out, everyone.
They are on top of the back right building, yeah.
Well, in it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is this guy, who's no longer going to need to roll to see if he hears you guys.
Kapow!
All right. What the heck is he gonna do? We have not had one of these guys yet.
That's a great sign.
Oh, well, if he gets close to those guys, maybe their weapons will stop misfiring because he has an aura. If he gets that far. I think, having had all that happen, he's going to jump over the bar, run through the inn, and get here. But that's all he can do right now. All right. Come to the marksman, who's going to use his ability to use an action and realign his weapon without the need for an ability check. So he fixes his gun for next turn. Oh, that was the top of the turn order. The drow outside are running indoors. Run away. No problem.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
And then it's Sar's turn.
Yes. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing either.
Fair enough.
Um,
There was a guy who didn't get a turn. How'd that happen? That's not allowed.
do you want to give them a quick turn right now, or shall we roll with it?
Roll for it. I bet you I forgot to click on the token.
Sick.
Talking about the guy at the top of the order that's a 21? Or, because I was reading something. I missed what happened when that dude took his turn.
He ran through the building.
So he's not where I last saw him.
It's this guy. I will just give him 2 turns in a row. Which, one of them's going to be used entirely for moving, so it's fine, right?
Mm.
Alright, but it is Sar's turn, so please, go
ahead. So, okay. I'm a bit unsure about what I'm looking at to the right of Sar, or to Sar's left, and is this sort of like some foliage sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's foliage. It's just some sort of like dried overgrowth stuff.
Oh, I don't know.
It'd be like
square. Would Sar be able to pass that way, or would it be like that bit be rough terrain?
It would be rough terrain because you'd have to be sort of like pulling through this dried brush, but
okay,
it wouldn't like harm you as far as you can tell.
Sure. I think I might commit to that. In particular, as I've been sort of really surprised as to what's been going on this way, and right now I can only see one person. Everyone else has become corpses that way. So yeah, I think I'll.
Corpses. It's just fun.
Yeah. So 5, and then would it be that bit of rough terrain, or like okay.
Let me just
Oh, it's fine. I'm just trying to work out
just give me an idea of where you're trying to go.
I've gone 5 feet there, and then say that would be like an extra
like that
20 feet, so 25 feet to that point.
Where you are now?
Rough terrain's kind of tough to work out. Where I am now looks to me, I would assume 25 feet with dealing with the rough terrain. Is that correct?
I would say 25 feet would probably be there, not stopping in that space. But whichever you want to do.
Fabulous. No, I'd happily go further because I'm looking to go further as well.
And that to the right's just a hanging spider web.
And I'm then 5 foot here, and do I think that I can see them?
I'd say so. It's probably a scenario where like they're if they weren't crouched, you'd have total free view, but because they're crouched, they have partial cover from where you're currently standing. You kind of see what I'm saying? I say crouched, they're like kneeling.
I get it. I'm trying to work out how I want to play this. But no, they're gonna shoot at my friends. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to shoot at them because it's not just a one-on-one situation here. And you know how you can make sure that you actually hit them? You magic missile. And you're gonna have to help me here again, because I always forget, because I'm warlock magic missiling here. I'm level 2 warlock.
That's still that's still only first level, right? For your spell slots.
Yes.
They become second at third level.
And that means, hold on, let me where's the way of
magic missiles.
It's for some reason I always imagine it as being one magic missile per sort of level. But yeah. Okay, so 232.
You definitely hit him. Damage was dealt.
And I've they know that there's someone over to their right that is shooting at them.
Who was just shot?
This guy.
The guy near Row?
The one on the corner up here. Yeah.
The guy I already shot? Corona already shot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which you shot for a lot more.
Yeah, he's got my hunter's mark on him. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
like he had moved. But if I can still see him, that's awesome.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You can still see him. And that's it for you. This guy can turn. I think he's gonna go here. And then he's going to Taskmaster. He's gonna do hardening lashes.
Sorry, I just want to bring this up. I have rolled, I think, 6 nat ones this session. This is the best I've ever done at rolling nat ones.
Could be worse.
Good
You
job.
could have a +8 to hit and keep missing like Row.
Yeah.
2 fights now. Row has
Yeah.
missed 90% of their attacks. Very unfortunate.
I feel like consoling him after the fight.
Those are both hits. It's gonna be just a wee bit of damage. Hey, thanks for damaging the guy that we're trying to kill. Good job.
Wait, who did he just attack? I guess I can't see from where I'm at, so never mind.
But with hardening lashes, the target gains twice that many temporary hit points.
Oh, I see what's going on.
That's gonna be... Math is difficult. And that is the Taskmaster's movement. We're over to Itella. There is no enemy in front of you anymore. What would you like to do?
Could you move me to the next nearest one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Buzz.
Do my normal thing. Sorry.
In fact, I will have you move in a position that will give you words.
+2.
Yeah, the +2.
That would be good.
So Sting. You can do it, King B.
Can you look at the last text?
Sure, I'll look at it. Cool.
I can't use that side.
No, I got it. I'll go ahead and roll for you. Sorry about that. I still have the King Bee here. I'm gonna be rolling for her for a little bit. 16 plus 2 is 18. Unfortunately, that's still a miss. Next up is the guy that just got missed. Ba-da-ba-ba. Where'd he go? Oh, sir, get back here.
Hmm.
Okay. Shield slam. On road. 23 will hit. It's going to be 8 damage to roll, I believe. Oh, yeah.
Which was that? Oh, that's on row. Was that on row or the B?
Row. It's going to use his bonus action to double the damage. So that's 16 damage. And Row is knocked prone. Oh.
Oh.
DC 14 strength save would be knocked prone. So there's a save there. And Row is decent at those. Not knocked prone. So instead, just a pistol shot, which is a miss. Huh. That's another misfire, and this guy is all out of his bonus to not misfire. And the guy who could help him with that is way over there. Corwin.
So that guy that I shot that was on the roof, I can still see him. So I will shoot him again. Everything looks good. And 29 to hit for 17 damage.
Okie dokie. Hold please. Okay, Hunter's Mark is in there.
Mark it as what?
Is that okay? Hunter's Mark is in there.
Yes, Hunter's Mark. Yes.
Yeah, I was just double checking. Because I forgot you put it in the. You got it. I forgot you put it in there.
Also, it's so common that Roll20 just says no.
Right.
This is true. Not down seems to have been reinforced by the whip guy.
Okay. I'll shoot him again for
Nice.
31 to hit. 16 damage, and Dribbly will infuse that for 4 more fire. So 20 total. Is that right, math? Yeah.
Well, he seems to have broken through the barrier and done a little bit of damage. He's looking pretty rough. And maybe like he regrets being on a roof instead of in a place where he can take cover.
Okay, yeah, Corwin is going to move. Let me zoom back in. I'm trying to get a good picture of this map for those shots, but how about Corwin's going to move up like here up against maybe the back of something to get a little bit of cover. If that's fine, then that's where he'll go. So he's maybe got half cover.
Sure.
That possible to achieve? Okay, so he'll just go there and instruct Dribbly to attack the guy that Row and everybody else is attacking down there. So Dribbly will fly around this moonbeam.
Nice. Okay.
And come down here, which I'm pretty sure he can go 50. So that looks, yeah, he can make it that far. And going to bite this guy with the high AC and probably miss, but that's his orders. 17.
Orders be orders. That's a miss, unfortunately.
He tried. He's doing his job. And that's me. That's our and Dribbly.
All right, it's Rose go. Didn't end up falling prone, so they're good. What's up?
I was just gonna say now he's got a +10 to hit this guy. If he was +8, it's +2 from the flanking.
True.
Go row. Nice.
Doesn't even need it after they got it. 14 total damage. It's gonna be minus. Oh. That's hit 1. 2 is a miss. And 3 is a hit. Nice. Well, this guy's looking injured. That is it for that guy.
The one that he's attacking right now, what's the loose descriptive impression of that one that he's in a brawl with right now? Like that's being flanked by B.I. Teller and Dribbly and whatnot.
Heavy armor plate guy with shield and pistol.
He was the guy that was under the overhang.
Yeah.
He like just watched it all start.
Yeah.
And then rushed in.
Looked like one of those guys at the like in a movie that's like just like in an alley, like leaning against the wall.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, better get
so
involved.
long as they're not sort of doing a warmth of sort of red things that they're grasping onto.
Man. All right. This guy moves to here. Oops. I meant to go left and I just zipped the whole map to the right. I don't even know how that happened. It wouldn't let me do it again. 20, 60. We have 1. Oh, 2. Okay. You can disadvantage throw something at the B or row. I think he's going to do it at row because, well, the B looks scary. They know who row is.
Yeah, and don't piss off the giant bee.
But it is at disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet away.
Yes, but soon you'll know who I am.
Oh, look, that negated a crit. But a 15 doesn't hit row.
Nice.
So that's his attack. His one attack. All right, now for the guy who gets 2 turns. Turn 1 is to run through the back door of the inn and then run that way. And then on the next turn, run this way and then dash this way. 15 feet of movement left. It's going to keep going. There. Helena, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. And sneak attack. 33 is... okay. That is the second time that after damage reduction, you have just enough to kill the guy.
Nice.
Bye. We don't need him anymore. Hey, that's a sheet closed. Good job.
Would I be able to climb up the side of this building and get on the corner of the roof?
Absolutely. Because you haven't moved at all, so it would take like half your movement to get to the top of the building. Sorry, it would take all of your movement to get to the top of the building. So you can stand right where you are. That's your total movement, but you still have your bonus action if you wanted to move more.
I'm gonna stay here for now. I wanted leverage to see all these guys coming at us.
Sure. There's quite a few. Some of them are in a straight line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We got a conscript over here at the back. It's going to happen. Move to here. And same logic. Just shooting at Roe because they know who Roe is. Keep stealing our property, man. That's just rude. Where did the conscript go? There he is. Miss. No biggie. All right. Attack. It's gonna realize there's a passage right here. Does that put him in position to see the bee? You can't see Dribbly or Row because of the positioning. I think so.
I'm curious. This bit here that we see. What is this? There's no other way to put it. What is this area here?
It's sort of it's for lack of a better term, it's sort of like it's basically like a thatch roof over a storage area, right? Like this section, this is like a shed kind of thing, you know.
Oh, it's like a thatched roof of a shed.
Yeah, correct.
Thing. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
If you look close, you can sort of see the like stone wall right here.
Yeah,
but it's pretty tough.
I was trying to work out the sort of like height levels of various things and all that sort of jazz.
It's difficult to tell for sure. So the bee's gonna have partial cover. So you're gonna have this is math. So because you're an enlarged bee, you have -1 AC, but because of the partial cover, you have +2 AC, so you're at 14. This guy's gonna shoot at you. With a special little weapon.
Get a new driver.
That's a very special weapon. Yeah.
He's going to use his reaction to prevent it from misfiring, so he doesn't have to fix it. But that doesn't mean he hits. He still misses. It doesn't seem so special now. And then his freaking aura is like reduces misfire chance by 1 to a minimum of 1. It's already 1. That's a 1. It sucks. All right.
I've already rolled like 8 ones this round, this session. I'm not feeling any sympathy for other people rolling ones.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right. So, Marksman's gonna use their little twin barrel rifle now that it's fixed. Corwin, 2 shots. Oh wow.
Yeah, they both hit. I mean, they're not at half cover, nothing. If those are just the numbers, they definitely hit, and especially the 25.
You had sort of dropped down a little bit to get partial cover, so you have +2 to your AC, but
and I'm only 17 AC because I don't
Yeah.
have the dragon hide. So yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think that puts you at 22, unfortunately. So
Right.
that is
17 and
31.
14. Okie dokie.
I believe so, yeah.
And I had 5 temporary hit points, so that's 26, basically.
Yeah. Damage. That hurt.
It tickled.
It's merely a flesh wound. Sorry.
Alright, I'm going to use my action to move my doodad 50 foot over this way. So it's covering this sort of square here. Let me click on the button that actually
like
describes it as well.
Or
Yeah, so it's hitting this one and these 4 squares here. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that's it. Which means they because they've entered it, they've it's like casting it. Got to deal with the save.
I believe that's a failure.
That's a failure, so 19 damage.
3 dice. 6, 13. So dead.
And that guy already shot me and did 26 damage, so I need to roll a concentration save, right? For Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, DC DC 10 because that was 26 damage between 2 hits, so it's only 10. Aw.
So, alright. No more Hunter's Mark.
I forget that it's concentration. Is it concentration? It's gotta be, right?
Yeah. Hunter's Mark, yeah. Totally.
Alright, you want to move it all, Sart? To be
yes,
clear, I had
do.
sort of mentioned it before, but I think it got missed. This is like a sort of a overhang thing with spider webs sort of draped down over it. If you don't mind getting a hair full of spider webs, you can just run through it.
One other thing is that was radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me double check the reading of this. I'm pretty sure it's actually no. I think I disregarded it last time because it's actually only when I cast a spell that deals radiant damage, as opposed to like this. This is technically an effect that does radiant damage.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's one of those subtle differences. You know what I'm talking about, the Starlight Blessing.
I think so, yeah. And I
yeah.
don't remember exactly how it's written, but when that happens, I just say go with whatever it says because I don't remember.
Yeah.
And we can figure it out later.
My gut says it would be too surprising if it was like, say, if you were to be able to tickle something with radiant damage every single turn or whatnot. Yeah, what's anytime you deal radiant or no, it's technically it says anytime you deal radiant or force damage, you can use
I had figured that's why you wanted the bolter.
Yeah. And there's a cap of how many times you can use it per long rest, so that's sort of the way that it. So yeah, I'll use one of my Starlight Pool in order to give Corwin how much is it again? Number of D4 is equal to it's a D4. It's definitely a D4 plus my charisma modifier at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm great at rolling ones this session, so take 3.
For Corwin?
Yeah, for Corwin, yeah.
And that's just 3 healing.
3 temporary hit points.
3 temporary. Okay.
Glad you got rid of the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a bit unsure about how some of these things work, but never mind. And I'm going to use my movement to
Dance.
yeah. I'm going to move there and start climbing up the side of this wall.
Sure.
So that's 15 lateral movement. I don't know how high the height of this wall here is.
It's about 10 feet, so you're probably like almost to the top by the time you get there.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, technically it's like 12 feet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, give or take a little bit, yeah.
It's like the wall is 10 feet, and then there's the actual roof, which sort of slopes slightly, and then that's... You get the point.
Yeah.
Next
I've
up...
got my chin over the side of... Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm technically on top of it now, right?
This counts.
Mm.
I'm over the finish line.
Yeah.
Alright, this guy's going to move here. And then use their action. It's 3 guys. You can't see this guy because he's behind that wall, so... Yeah, he's going to use his Slave Master's Call ability, forcing these 3 guys to move up to 30 feet and make a single attack against the nearest hostile creature. And that's going to be, there's going to be another part to the same action, so we'll get to that after. These guys one at a time. This is one of the enforcers. There's 4 guys there, so it's the 4 guys, not the 3. My bad. This is the enforcer. And that's the conscript. Okay. I just opened the conscript twice. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Enforcer moves forward, is making a swing at Dribbly. Not at advantage, sorry, or disadvantage. So just take the first number, that's a miss.
Right.
Then this conscript moves 30 feet forward, is making a swing at Itella. 12 with your reduced AC, that hits. For 12 total damage. Reminder, the blue is your HP for the B.
And that was
12 damage.
Math.
Oh no, it is 3 guys. I think it was 4.
12, 1, 2. Okay. Got it. Okay, got it. Well, it's my turn next, so.
22 to hit Dribbly.
Yeah, that hits.
13 slashing, 1 force. That is it, I believe. Itella. There's a guy in front of you, and he's not wrapped in metal armor.
So much for my question I was going to ask when it was my turn, because these guys are right here. Never mind.
You're welcome.
No, thank you for providing them. No, I wanted to know about who was shooting at us, but never mind. These guys are right here.
Oh, the guy. Well, one of the guys shooting is dead.
Oh.
Two of the guys shooting is dead.
Sorry.
Are dead? Is dead? Are dead.
Are dead is dead. Yeah, that word. Okay. So, my usual. But I volunteer to hit this time, okay?
Well, you have hit 1 time. And you hit again.
And yeah, this one right here, by the way.
Awesome. Con save for him. Alright, he's going to take all of your damage.
Well, just for you then, dear.
Go ahead and roll the d8. And
Cute.
if
But I
it's
like 16. No.
and if it's not 3, if it's not above a 3, we'll just ignore it. I mean, I guess
That's 3d6 of 565.
Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is real quick. I'm gonna put on your sheet. I'm big attack. Okay.
I'm
So
big attack.
because you,
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I
yeah,
understand.
because you're doing more damage.
Oh, okay. I
2
keep
damage.
looking at the different one.
That's a hefty hit. Good job.
Only if he dies.
Um,
Then it would be a good job.
a giant bee bigger than him just stung him. He wishes he was dead. He's not, but he wishes he was.
Now he's poisoned.
Well, he took poison damage. He's not actually poisoned.
Well, yeah.
After you
So it
is
seems like I'll get out. There you go.
yeah, for sure. After you is Corwin.
All right. For a brief second, I'm considering are conscripts really, are they slaves being forced to do what they're doing, or? But they're attacking us, so I'm gonna just roll with that and consider everybody's open game. So, I lost Hunter's Mark. Let me measure this out. All right. I'm gonna move down here. That's my entire movement speed. I know I can see everybody clearly, and now for the big question. Let's say I shoot this guy, and I think that's the dude with the whip. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. If I shoot him with an arrow of lightning, is it going to hit the guy in the middle, or the two people in the middle, or will it hit Dribbly too, or?
Sorry. I got distracted.
Okay.
Your question is, who will my lightning arrow hit?
Yes.
You'd have to get it to pop out.
I'd have to try to know it.
No, I mean, I need to read it. Can you stick it in the chat?
Oh, yeah, it's only in here. I'll have to copy paste. It's right here.
Each creature within 10 feet of the target.
Oh, okay.
It's not between you and the target, it's within 10 feet of the target.
Okay, that's interesting.
So
I guess
and
understanding
not
that.
enemies or allies sort of specification.
Yeah, but also it's not between you and the target, it's within 10 feet of the target.
Right,
so it's
right.
not a bolt of lightning between you and the target. It's the arrow explodes in lightning, you know?
Yeah. Can I roll that back and do something else? Because I don't know if I'm thinking of a different campaign. I thought that was going to be a bolt of lightning type deal.
The lightning, I think the lightning javelin is does the kind of thing you're thinking of.
Right.
And there are probably arrows that people made that are just the lightning javelin, but that's not what that specifically is.
Okay. Reading that sounds quite like lightning fireball.
Also, the chromatic sphere that Mothership did last session.
You know what I would do instead of that? It's still 40 feet. I just take a step further, so I'm right behind Dribbly, and I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath on myself with bonus action. I haven't cast any other spells, right? I haven't even taken an action yet. So I've moved, bonus action, Dragon's Breath. Then I'm gonna breathe on this guy, and I'm choosing fire.
Sure.
So I'm hoping that I'll get all three of them with the 15-foot cone and not the bee, and I don't care if I hit Dribbly because he's immune to fire.
Sure.
But I'm aiming at that guy, so you decide.
In which case, I wouldn't even make you roll to hit Dribbly. You know what I mean? Like, Dribbly doesn't need to save.
Right.
Yeah. All you've technically done this turn is wonder about the allegiance of conscripts.
Right.
That's true.
And then
and
disregard
moved into a position.
yeah, ran up and then breathed fire on all of them. The
Yeah.
conscripts that I was like, should I or shouldn't I?
Yeah.
I should. Ah.
So, like,
So it looks like a dex save, 15.
Yeah, so you could hit these two, or you could hit these two.
Well, it's from Corwin, not Dribbly.
Fair point. Oh, I guess you could hit all three of them now.
That's what I was hoping.
Huh.
Okay, it's a 15 dex save for half of 3d6. Not terrible.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Not terrible. That's a few above average.
So that's one save.
That's for half, right?
Yeah, and 2 failures. So 12. 6 to the first guy and 12 to the other two. And it's not an attack, so Drivly can't infuse it, which would be weird anyway.
Yeah. Let's merge our breath. That'd
Yeah.
be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think doing that used the action to it. Yeah, like, so I think that's everything
Yeah.
Corwin can do.
Casting the spell is a bonus action, but actually breathing the breath is an action.
Right, yeah. Okay, and Dribbly is just going to turn around and attack probably, I don't know. Maybe the guy Corwin just hit, I guess. So, he'll just attack the guy Corwin just aimed at full force with a bite. 13.
Miss.
Yeah, he's just chomping air this fight. I think that's me.
Next up is Ro. Darn it. Ro doesn't have any Thunderwave left. They only have that the 2 times a day, and they use that in last fight. So, is this gonna work? Unless you want to physically stop Ro, they're gonna move through your space, Corwin, to get to here.
I'd let it happen.
Fantastic. So how this goes is, in typical Ro fashion, they chuck their hammer at the guy while running forward, which is going to hit. Maybe this will actually work for the first time. It's 8 damage. That drops this guy. And as the hammer smacks into that guy and bounces off, Ro catches it in the middle of the air and swings it hard down on this guy. It's just not going to work. And then a miss. Why? I don't understand.
He's trying so hard.
That's it for Ro. That is all their turns. Vondrel. Vondrel, Drow, Enforcer. That's these guys right in front of Ro and Dribbly. So...
Corwin uses his reaction to pat Ro on the back. It's okay.
Nope, that's the Taskmaster. That's not who we're looking for. First, these guys are right in a row, so just yeah. This one's on Ro, and is a miss. This one's on Dribbly. 15's a miss, yeah.
Yeah.
Helena.
gonna shoot this guy right here.
Fair enough.
Nice.
And that was this guy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Nice. Not too bad.
Gribbly can infuse
Amazing
that.
that 27 is a bad roll.
Yeah. Yeah, do it. You want to infuse it? Infuse it.
Yeah, let's give it a little fire. 2 more.
Alrighty. Okay. Now, Blacksmoke Tech goes again. There you are. They're gonna move out so they don't have a disadvantage, or not disadvantage, but the issue of cover against you guys anymore. Let's do this. Huh? I was gonna shoot at. Well, it was already shooting at the B. I think it's just going to keep shooting at the B because, unlike the Drow, the Blacksmoke guys don't know who Ro is. 18 to hit the B.
Indeed.
So. Oh my god! One of the special effects of the gun is it ignores total cover, anyways. It ignores all but total cover, so it didn't matter last time. I think it was because it was an 8. So it didn't matter last time. That is 10 piercing and 9 fire.
I think that takes me out. Yeah. That takes me out.
So I believe that's all of your HP from the B, and then 7 from you. Sorry, I did the math for you real quick.
Oh, that's fine. Math is not my thing.
And you are
Back to me.
I hit cancel. There we go.
And now you see my handsome self.
Ignores all but total cover, and the fire damage ignores fire resistance. When fired, deals 4 damage to the wielder. Okay, I can't put that last time. Sar. Sorry, loud.
Okay, I'm gonna finish climbing up the side of this building with all the bling bang bang bonds that I've been hearing on the other side, and up to the top edge of the. I assume that this is a peaked building like that. Is it?
Yeah. It sort of comes to like a. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not
So
as
yeah,
severe as some you might see, but yes.
Yeah. But I climbed up the side and up there, and from here I can see that there's these fights going on down here, I assume, and thus would be able to use my action to move my moonbeam over this way.
Yep.
So yes, I want to have my moonbeam covering that area there. Oh, hold on. That's not broadcast to others. This one here.
I don't know why it doesn't want to. There we go.
Yes. Moonbeam is one of those ones that is very resilient to positioning.
Yeah.
And
Succeed and fail, I believe, if you want to roll your damage.
oh yeah, of course. Completely forgot that the point of that was to do damage. So 23 and 11.
Awesome.
Just trying to think if there's a bonus action I want to use. No, I'm just gonna stand here and sort of yes, that's my moonbeam over and also sort of try and understand what am I looking at um over on is that is that something on top of or is that something inside the house?
So as a reminder, that's just the generic drow token that I have access to. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's meant to be an ambiguous individual, but they are inside the
But
building.
is that on top of or inside?
They are inside. They had previously been outside when the fight
Okay.
started. They ran inside.
Okay, sure.
So some
yeah,
of
they're
you
not someone.
are aware.
I'm not sort of like staring them down on rooftop to rooftop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, I'm seeing these folk as yeah, gotcha.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Next up is they're there somewhere, I swear. Taskmaster. Wait, did I close it? There you are. Did not close it. Just gonna move here. It's going to. Yeah. They actually have to be here. Interesting. So they're gonna do motivating lashes on each of these guys. I'm sorry, hardening lashes, not motivating lashes. Both hits.
Wow.
This guy to the south is looking real rough and is now looking even real rougher, but with a barrier. So that's gonna. I can't have it again for him though. It's healing but painful. That's that guy's turn. Itella, it is your go.
Can I just wish really hard and let one of them die in front of me? So,
At
okay.
9th levels spell slots, yes.
This one right here. I need to shillelagh before I do it.
Oh, if you want to run up and smack him, yeah, shillelagh. Or the other one you have, the Fury of the Forest.
Oh, yes, let's do that.
Shillelagh's big brother. Which you should have on your...
I do have it on my sheet.
Main thing on the front. Whatever that's called.
Where did my sheet go? Where did my sheet go this time? I don't understand where it keeps disappearing to. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. The biggie. Sorry. Load. Come on, load. Oh, it's confused. There it goes. No, just a big white sheet. There we go.
Yeah, I hate it when it just is blank, you know.
Well, that's not a good thing right now anyway.
I agree.
Fury of the Forest. Do I need to put it in chat?
I think you can, like I was saying, on your main sheet, your core page or whatever, you
Yeah.
should have the attack version.
I believe I do. It should be towards the bottom. Found it. That one, right? Is that what we said?
Yep. You can click to roll your damage. That is a hit.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. Just
yes.
click to roll. Yeah, there you go.
I was not shy. You are now dead, right?
Well, that's the first time that guy's been hit. But
This
his
one,
nose is
right?
bleeding now.
A tree's bludgeoned them for 17.
Unpleasant. I mean, I'm sure you're smiling, but unpleasant for him.
Yes, of course. As long as I have my full hit points, I will be smiling. Okay.
Sure.
Mm.
Next up is Corwin.
I'm thinking. I mean, I have Dragon's Breath active right now. I'm also a really good archer. Would it be possible for me to position myself somewhere up here and maybe not be on the roof, but like still get all three of the guys without hitting Itella? And I gotta learn how you do that cone thing. I keep trying to figure it out, but
It's in the ruler. You have the shape option.
yeah, I figured the circle out, but every time I go to the cone, do you do snap to center or not?
It's currently snapped to center. I mean, on a very technical level, it's probably snapping to the edge, which isn't even an option. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what's.
So, but yeah, you can hit. You can technically hit all three of them. I will allow it
Okay.
because I mean, on a very real level, if your arm's burned heavily enough, you're going to go into shock and die. You know, potentially. So, I will allow it.
Okay. Then rinse and repeat, same thing as last turn. Gonna move up there, breathe fire on him. DC 15 dex save. So 2 made it. 3d6. So 12, 6, and 6.
Looks to be correct.
Yeah, like with the cones, there's no sort of details of what angle a cone is.
Yeah.
In particular, in Roll20, there's 45, 60, or 90 degree cones, which
Right.
and yeah, like, it's all very DM ruling. It's all very DM ruling.
Yeah, there you go. You did your damage. Nobody
Okay.
dropped, but injury occurred.
Right on. So, Corin's breathing fire. That's all of his actions and everything. So he's done. Dribbly's gonna try to stop biting air. Attack the same person, which actually was the guy to the southeast. So he's biting the guy to the southeast. 24. I think that'll hit.
Yes.
For 10 damage. And if the guy's still standing, he'll infuse his own attack.
Yeah.
For
And then
3.
you infuse it, and then you drop it.
Okay.
That's some proper damage there as well, yeah.
Bunch of fire. I hope everybody's nice and warm and toasty now. And he won't have a reason to move, so he's done.
Ro is after. So Ro is going to Throw hammer. Row, throw, hammer. It is a given. Nice. That is at this guy. Dealing 12 damage. And then catching the hammer and using that momentum to swing down at this guy. And actually hitting for once. Meaning... where is it? Rebound blow. 1d6 plus 4 additional damage. But only once a turn. So that is 27 damage.
To the guy in the moonbeam?
Yeah.
Nice.
And that is 2 of their 3 attacks. So the final one is missed. Alright, guy in the moonbeam, con save. Oh, that was row, excuse me. Con save. It's failure, right? For moonbeam. Get that damage. 14.
There it is.
Fantastic. And then he is going to take another swing at... well, it doesn't matter. That's a miss. Swung at Dribbly and missed. Helena.
I'm gonna go for this guy this time.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, hit. 9. 9 is gonna...
That's a little bit of damage.
Sorry, this guy?
I did get 3-1.
That was against this guy, right?
Yeah, outside of the circle.
Jeezy peeps, yeah, that was with 3 1s and a
Oh.
2.
Well, he doesn't look happy. And I assume you're staying up there, right?
Yeah.
All right. This guy. Oh, that's still open? It should have been closed a long time ago. Where'd you go? Sorry. Well, this is convenient positioning considering the shield guy died. Was it here or here? Do we remember? But it was in this general square,
I think
right?
they're the last one. About there.
Yeah, it was
right behind Dribbly.
Fantastic.
about there, I think, yeah.
Yeah, this guy is going to step forward. Actually, it doesn't have to move at all. He chucks a little bomb into that guy's like satchel of black powder, and it explodes. So
now it's a party.
Everybody within.
Oh yeah.
What's the radius? So that's all of you actually, except Helena, because she's like on the roof, so she's just outside of range. Need to give me a dex save.
Does that include the 2 enemies?
That will include the 2 enemies, yeah.
And within 15 feet.
Yep.
Dribbly got a 17.
This guy's dead. This doesn't need to be open
My man, dexterity save. Let's go.
anymore.
28. Nice.
Just for the sake of notes,
Showed me.
that person that just did that, what would be the terminology of that person? um,
That is
I might
a
just put him
they are a
enforcer.
blacksmoke tech. They seem to just
Ah,
they look like a gun technician. I don't know how you would say visibly they look in that manner, but they do.
yeah.
And then the taskmaster, make that save. So it is a dex save. Dex save. So the DC for that save is 15. So
I think everybody made it.
Mothership needs to make the. Oh, there you are. You're the 23. Sorry. So sorry. Yeah, so everybody say this, so everybody will take half damage. First number. Oh, Ro needs to make the save. First number is fire damage. Second number is thunder damage, which is interesting.
Don't I take?
Unfortunate timing.
I was asked if I took partial damage from fire, but it's poison. Never mind.
Yeah, poison. So since all of you succeeded, that's going to be half damage. Ro did not succeed, unfortunately. It's going to be full damage.
I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I have resistance to fire. Dribbly's obviously immune to it, but I have resistance from it from Dribbly, but I also have resistance from it from the Dragon's Rider's cloak.
That does not stack in any way.
Doesn't stack in any way. So when I take half damage for the save, do I take a quarter damage because of the resistance?
Correct.
To the fire. So the fire was 8, and I take 2.
Yeah, half for the save, half for resistance.
And Dribbly takes none.
Yeah,
fire.
none of the fire.
And then we both take 12. So I take 14, and Dribbly takes 12.
Correct.
Oh.
Right. After that is Sar.
Sorry, that confused.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
pause.
that...
What?
Sorry, that confused me. How much damage?
You being resistant to neither, but succeeding on the save. Wait, didn't you? Sorry, hold on. Corwin succeeded on the save, so you would have taken half damage, not. You would have taken 6 thunder damage, not 12. Right? Unless you did that, and I just misheard you.
No, I thought I took all 12, but I'll only take 6 then.
No,
6
you
and
take
2.
half from the save.
Right.
Because you succeeded on the save.
Right. So I take 6 damage instead of 12.
That's great.
Yeah, you take 6 thunder damage and 2 fire damage, Corwin.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. Sorry, I just didn't register when you said 12 earlier.
And how much does Itella take? With crit saving the deck save.
Itella, just because of the lack of resistances here, will take just the 10 damage in total.
10, okay. Oh, good.
Yeah,
Enough. Easy number to subtract.
Yeah.
There you go.
But okay, yeah. But so I was on top of this building, and there was a big like I feel like there's a big crumble down of this bit of building here now as well.
That guy had died. Sorry.
Yeah.
The guy in the movie.
And
He's like,
how do I want to? Jogging my memory about what one of my that's a reaction spell. Oh, I really should learn what my reactions are because they are incredible sometimes. I'm going to. Ooh, which is better? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to. That's not 300 feet. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to use my action to move my moonbeam over to them in this area here. Yeah. Um,
Half damage.
da, da, da.
If it
Uh,
if it moved over the other guy, would it damage him while it went over him?
I mean, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to work that way. It seems less like a beam of light moving across and more like a switch flipped off and then on, you know?
Gotcha.
I,
That's
I,
actually
I think
pretty cool.
I think if we were in the
Picturing
cinema,
it.
yes. But because
like
we're
spotlight.
in D&D, no. Like
Yeah.
if we were in the cinema, you'd see it sort of zoom over them, and
Yeah.
they'd have to. But because this is sort of like point to point, and okay, yeah. So if they made the save, it's 9 points of damage.
Yep.
And I am going to yeah, move 15 feet sort of down the slope that way, and sort of then like another 15 feet to sort of get onto the ground, if that's feasible.
Yeah. Yes. And then that's it for you.
So I'm now sort of down in that alleyway.
Fair enough.
Not that it's necessarily a good idea, but that's what I've done.
This guy's gonna try and run. Would you like an attack of opportunity, Itella?
Sure.
Reminder, it's Fury of the Forest at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, Frost Valley. There it is.
Nice. Definitely a hit. He like turns and he's like, ah! 19 damage. That hurt. He's gonna get to here. That's his full movement. And then his shoot go. Oh, I think he's just gonna keep running at this stage. He's almost dead. He's out of here, man. Itella, it's your turn. That guy is running away from you. And you're not even a giant bee anymore. Oh, what do you want to do?
So sorry. Can I just smack him again?
He moved too far. You can
He
chase him.
dashed away.
You can chase him up to your movement. I actually don't know what your movement is. It's probably 30 though. And then you can cast a spell in his direction if you want, but you can't.
I don't want him to bring others, so yes, that is what I'm doing.
Well, I was gonna say but you can't catch up to him to physically smack him. So what spell would you like to use instead?
No, that wouldn't be appropriate.
But given that he's running, you can sort of infer that he doesn't have a ton of hit points.
Right. So I'm just thinking like a.
So you can do
so
you can do like a multi-hit spell or a save for half to guarantee or make it very likely you'll do some damage.
Is there anybody near him?
No, he's the only one over there.
How's that work?
Yeah, potentially. Let's pop up the description. 3 fistfuls of pebbles. Dexterity save for each. 2d4 damage on a failure or half on a success.
He's bound to lose one, right?
Yeah, so just do it 3 times and then I'll do 3 saves.
Okay.
Oh, that's the one designed for breaking concentration.
Mm.
Oh, I think you have to hit the...
Yeah, I screwed up. Okay, hold
That's
on.
fine, that's fine.
Or in this
Oh, I
case, for
have to-
breaking skulls.
Right?
I have to hit the spell
That
first.
reminds me.
Yeah.
So I still have Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, one more. Because it's
Oh, I
3.
have to hit- oh, that's only one. Did I hit it the first time?
Yeah, you hit it the first time.
Oh, okay.
So you just need the one more.
7 of 5 and...
If you hit it again, there it is. 752. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's funny. So the can you imagine? So the first one does drop him, but can you imagine the next couple just like push his body further and further away, and then he's just like out.
Yeah, I have my moments. Okay, that's my turn, right?
Yeah, nice. I imagine you just blast that guy with pebbles and then turn towards the final remaining enemy.
I just go, your turn.
Corwin.
We are all forces of nature, for real. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna move. I'm just gonna pop a couple arrows at the remaining guy through the moonbeam.
Imagine like falling glowing dust, and the arrow just like cuts and parts the dust as it falls from the moonbeam. Very cool.
Let's turn Hunter's Mark off. Everything looks good. So, Pew for 24 to hit.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. Oh.
And I think I'll go ahead and have Dribbly infuse that for 1 fire. Excuse me, 3 fire.
Yeah.
He's used his thing. And 23 to hit for 14 more piercing.
Damage.
And not sure if there's really much point in moving, but I'll step out a little bit and just kind of maybe get a better angle of the street.
Short.
And Dribbly's actually going to just kind of move up and be right behind me because he's not going to run and go through that moonbeam, even though he could probably get around behind it. He's just not.
Fair enough.
Because I didn't tell him to, so he's just going to move up with me.
All right. Rose gonna run that direction. Chuck a hammer and miss. Chuck a hammer again. And hit. There's a bonus action dash to go around like this. It's Goblin's Nimble Escape. And then, so that was from the throw for 12 damage. So it's actually, okay. And then the final swing. 18, which is a hit for its damage plus 5 extra damage. So no, 13.
He's coming through in the late game.
Which brings us to Helena.
I I can still see him, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Then I'm gonna shoot him.
Heck yeah.
Man, you're rolling so great.
Yeah, I know.
Very nice.
I assume that hits.
Yeah, that hits, and you have your sneak attack because Ro is next to the guy. So it's 28, just being reduced by. He's looking real rough. Staggering blow.
Mm.
Do you want to move at all? You can stay where you are.
He's the last guy, right?
Looks to be, yeah.
How much movement is getting down?
I mean, so
You're a rogue?
going up is it's like climbing, but going down you're sort of it's like controlled falling, so it's faster. So it'd be like 15 feet to get down
Okay.
because you're like sliding down the side as opposed to like physically climbing up and pulling your full weight and that kind of thing. So you could go down and be 15 feet, and then you could still move 15 more feet because I believe you're 30 feet movement, right?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna dash.
Sure. Which would give you basically 45 feet from where you currently are. Just all the way up in his face. My gun's better than yours.
All
Which
right.
brings it to his turn, and he's going to have to make a save and fail, which is interesting. So this is 14, but the damage reduction makes it 8, which for the third time is exactly enough to drop him. Down he goes.
Your presence has killed him.
And the fight is over.
He couldn't handle the spotlight.
Yeah.
Glorious. But that brings this fight to a conclusion. As Ro sort of like moves up to your guys' group and he goes, maybe just stay out here. I'll go check on them. They're not, super big on surface dwellers. All right.
You're sure that there's not any more hiding in the corners here, ready to sort of do
Unfortunately,
whatever
they're
they
far
do?
more stupid than they are cowardly, so they would have come out to help their compatriots. So,
And if there are, he can scream.
I can
Let's-
indeed scream.
Let's all stay together, but if you want to go inside alone to talk to people, that's no problem. We'll stay outside, but
I just want to offer one thing, like
Split up.
although I don't know if she'd agree. Helena, would you be a backup for? Because obviously you're
Technically not an
familiar with the
outsider.
Underdark. Yeah. Would you be a guard for like an extra person to go along with Ro, make sure everything's okay?
Wait, what form is Helena in today?
Yeah, you're basically because she said she hadn't taken off the ring, so
Yeah.
Ro's very
God,
confused.
yeah.
Like, wait, what?
Completely. Yeah.
I just smile and say, we're full of surprises.
I just
To be honest, I'd still have gone around. I'd still have said that, even though with the fact that it's a big surprise. Yeah.
I just hold my
Assuming.
finger up to my mouth and look at him. Like, shh.
Fair enough. I think Ro just shrugs and then heads off to talk to people. While they're doing that, did you guys want to sort of real quick loot the bodies and maybe look for the other half of the blueprint like you talked about, or briefly mentioned, or whatever you want to call it?
I'm now just thinking that, oh gosh, Ro now just thinks that these humans just think all dwarfs and Underdark people look alike.
But yeah, if you guys want to sort of search the bodies, you can do that while Ro is having a quick conversation.
I'd have. Did we go past any building that remotely looked like a tavern?
I don't. I mean, I guess the answer is no. You did not pass a building that looked like a tavern.
In which case, yeah, I'll. In which case, there's not any big thing I want to push to do.
If we're not in combat, I cast Cure Wounds real quick. It's level 1 on myself.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. With the exception of looking at how is everyone looking? The party.
Corwin and Drewley's
As
also going to follow Ro, but like I said earlier, just stay outside if he goes inside somewhere. But otherwise, they're shadowing Ro. They're not going to leave Ro, to go in a different direction.
Or
I'm approximately 20 down. If you're doing a med check.
Yeah, I'm about 27 down. Or exactly.
in which case, if
yeah, I'll let you guys do the healing and stuff and figure out
Yeah.
if you want to loot stuff. I'm gonna hop up for
let's heal you up a bit, because yeah, I've got plenty of low level like cure wound stuff, and I've got my doodad, my moon sickle that gives me extra heal already. Oh gosh, you're like 24 and 27 down. Did I hear?
Yes.
I genuinely might. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna go full on um into chalice form and help to help you two out if you two are willing to stick around.
Can you
And
stay in that
yeah, so
form for
I'll say
4
that.
hours?
Yeah, it lasts for 4 hours, but it's so much more useful than dealing with excess spell slots. Um, so yeah, if you're up with actually, you know what? Stick around with me. I'm just going to cast Aura of Vitality at
Yeah, then just walk with us.
and I'm just going to spend the next minute healing whomever is able to hang about with me up.
Well, you come with
And
us. Corwin's always mentioning, keep everybody together. It's not new, so he's gonna grab you by the hand
Ro
and
was
drag
very
you.
explicit that, and I kind of agree with him that um, they can be rather untrusting of upper worlders like
Right.
humans like myself.
We're not gonna go inside. We're just all gonna stick together. So that's all I mean is that
Yeah.
so that aura will continue to affect us as we walk, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's all it is.
Right. And we should stick
Let's
together
move
with
on
him.
for a minute, but I'm not wanting to go too far in and wanting to let Ro do his thing.
Oh, not go in the building, just stay outside.
Right. So we know what building he's in, and if he,
Right.
we don't want him to get away, like under any circumstances, whether we like him as a friend or not. That's all.
We need him.
Yeah.
And we made a deal with him.
Right.
So, now that I'm back, what are we doing other than an aura casting Tsar following the party?
Yep.
That's pretty much
Basically,
it.
we are actually following Ro.
Yeah.
We're not leaving him be. We're bugging him.
Are there some numbers on that heal, or?
Yeah. So It's a bonus action 10 times of 2d6. So it's like I forget how it's I'll like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one that's already 26, 36. Yeah, it's basically it's going to be plenty to fill up both Itella and Corwin.
Okay. Is the DM concur with that?
I mean,
Is
I
that
can
canon?
roll the extra couple, but there we go. Yeah, and yeah, 1, 2,
I'm not
3,
sure what
4,
I
5,
missed.
6,
It sounds like
7,
he's just
8,
using his spell
9.
to heal you guys. I don't know what the question is.
Like as we walk, we followed Ro. We didn't go inside the building you went into, but we're all in proximity of this aura. So these numbers are, I think they're higher than 50 at this point, which is basically
Just sort of
It's
as it
singular
was
creature.
right per turn.
yeah,
One per turn.
it's one bonus every time a bonus action it's 2d6, and
Yeah, so I think
just
you would basically just say, "Hey, I heal you until you're full. I heal you until you're full. I heal
Right.
you until you're full,"
Right.
and be done
Yeah.
with
And
it.
if you hit
Yeah,
50
yeah.
points, I think that covers it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah.
Because this is like when it's these sort of out of combat things, these sort of things with
He's
sort
also
of
not
walking
gonna.
down the
Sorry.
street happens very quickly.
Yeah. But also,
yeah.
Ro isn't gonna just be done with the conversation in a minute. So
Right.
if it took you guys a minute to decide to go over there and then a minute to cast the spell, Ro is still in there. So it doesn't
exactly
really matter from that perspective. The spell is done. Just decide who heals, and it sounds like everyone fully heals, except Dribbly.
Right, except Dribbly.
Yeah.
Poor Dribbly. Put a band-aid on him.
But to be clear, in this time period, nobody's looting bodies or anything. You just came over here.
Correct.
You're waiting.
Yeah, we sort of followed along the way of in the direction of Ro, with Sar being sort of a bit. Oh, should me as a human really be following along?
Well, we don't want to lose sight of him, so yeah.
Which you guys know roughly where Ro is, or at least the building they went in, because Dribbly was told to follow, but don't go inside. So you guys are all just huddled up next to Dribbly, waiting for whatever conversation Ro is having to end. Effectively, is what is happening right
now. Yep.
Yeah, and Corn very quite rightly pointed out the fact that we've fulfilled that side of the bargain, and it's not gone the other way yet. There's not the trust there yet.
Can't trust anybody in life, but like once the healing's done, Corin will, approach and, not discreetly, maybe try to listen, but just lean up against the wall. You know what I mean? Assuming that's a door that the building that he's in.
I mean, you give me a stealth check, I guess. Oops, I'm scrolled up. Hold on. Okay, 14. They're having a conversation in a language you do not speak.
Right. I didn't think I would understand it, but I want to hear that he's there.
Yeah, Ro appears to be there. And after maybe about another minute and a half, you hear footsteps outward, like coming towards the door. Would you like to stay where you are or back away?
I guess, I'll think to just step there next to Dribbly.
Sure.
We're waiting.
Yeah, Rose steps out. And they go, so they're willing to put you up for the night, but thank you for helping them. But after that, they would prefer it if you went on your way.
Well, since you are going to lead us to what we're looking for, that would be a plan. Reminder.
Right.
Yeah,
So
so we should all get a room.
you wanted the obsidian nettles,
Nettles.
right?
Yes.
Needles, yes.
I know of a few places. Some
You said you would
closer,
show
some
us.
further. Yes, of course, but I need to know where we're going first, so we have to have this conversation. And they motion you to come inside the inn. So, you and you guys are sort of like sitting around a round table at this point. So, you want these obsidian nettles, needles.
Needles. There are two different
Potato,
things.
potato.
We would need needles, and also I'm sort of trying to gauge on these people in the that are in the building. If there's a sort of specific dislike or like a sort of what's the look an
Distrust.
ugly look towards
Towards
certain people. I'm trying to
Like-
work out if there's any like which direction the ugly look towards people is more leaning in.
Disdain.
Definite uncertainty and distrust, but not. Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
So uncertainty and distrust is automatic. You get that, but anything beyond. And I imagine as Ro is having this conversation with you guys, which we'll get back to in a second, you're sort of looking past them and sort of like trying to assess the situation. Definitely the uncertainty and distrust, but I think what you notice is that they seem to be less concerned than you might have than might have been implied by Rose saying they want you out by morning. You're not entirely sure what that means without actually talking to someone. But at this point, it's sort of like they're just treating you like customers, and they offer up if you want an order of food, that kind of thing, you know?
We can pay. I mean, we're not looking for handouts. And we didn't kill these people to, leverage against you. We're just trying to save you. So if you can give us a meal and a place to stay for the night, we can give you a little bit of payment.
And we
some
can pay you
payment.
further for
And-
information as well.
We even have this plike coin. And he pronounces it wrong. Even if I got it right, he absolutely pronounces it wrong.
He's just like, pleek.
Yeah.
Well, we can settle the bill later. You need the needles, yeah?
Yeah. And we
Like
don't
I
know
was
this area
trying
at
to
all.
say, I know of 3 locations where you can get them from. The closest is by far the most dangerous. A little further out, it's fairly dangerous. The furthest out is the least dangerous, but it'll take some days to get there. I'll give you more details if you want, but off the bat, which sounds the most useful to whatever ends you're trying to meet.
Are we in a time limit?
Someone had said you needed to get what you need quickly. So, but
Yeah, we need to do it
is
quickly.
quickly, a week or 6 months?
The longer we're down here, the more issues we will have later, I think.
Do we really want to go the hardest route or the middle route? Obviously not the furthest and longest time, but
I think we should go to the closest, and if there's not enough, go on.
all right. You've heard I tell
How long-
everyone.
How long would it take us to get to the middle route, though, as a backup?
Let's say there, and if you wanted to come back here specifically, right? About 6 days for there and back.
The 3 for the closest, maybe.
2
Maybe less.
days,
And
a
Ooh.
day out and a day back. Oh, but the closest, that one concerns me.
Why?
and
Yeah.
so I was going to say, and look to the party and, well, for the way back, and look to the party and, I don't know the way back.
Hmm.
It's not going to be the way that we came in.
No, it's not.
Hmm.
Why is the closest more dangerous?
I mean, I'm assuming it's dangerous. It's more uncertain. It's, they call it the Cadaver Cave. People used to, mostly Vondrel, used to throw her failed conscripts into the cave. But after a while, something nasty took up residence in there. And people stopped going because the people who would bring the corpses and toss them in would join them pretty quick.
Sounds like moonbeams might damage them.
Oh,
But I
I
can
don't want
say
to.
with certainty that there are some needles in there. From what I recall, last time I was in that cave,
How
So-
long ago is that?
oh, that was a decade ago. I was,
Ugh.
what, 12, 13, something like that. I don't know.
That would be some solid corpses now.
So, of the
Uh,
3 options, which one would you say guarantee? Is like the highest % chance to guarantee needles.
Probably the middle one, but that has its own issues. So that's that's a supply depot. It's one of Vondrel's supply depots,
Ooh.
and that's picking a fight you surface folk probably don't want following you.
Probably not.
Well,
Oh, what's up?
Well, I had 2 questions.
Okay.
One of them is, are any of them near the radiation that we need? And then the second one is, are any of these like north?
further to the north.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
questions.
Yes and yes. So, the only one that's not near any of the phase rest source is the depot, but that's mined resources from all over the whole region, so
Mm.
that doesn't necessarily mean anything. The furthest option is a massive waterfall near some old ruins. Um, and there's definitely some phase rest corruption in that region. Um, and to the north is the nearest. Uh, the cave itself was said to, before it was the Cadaver Cave, they say it used to be a place where they harvested dozens upon dozens of hardened phase rest crystals. So I imagine it lingers there to some degree. But that
Well,
is
I want
the one to the north.
I wonder if we could leave here through the closed off entrance and maybe also check on my family.
In Sorn's region, that's not unlikely. Getting to it shouldn't be a problem, but unsealing it might be. At least, from what I've heard. I don't typically go that far north.
is that by
I
the
was wondering
furthest away or
too
the
about
closest?
how we can, I don't know the route out of here from this side.
Oh, you're gonna need yourself some climbing gear. Kind of points upward in the vague direction of the lake you came from.
Oh,
So
oh
back out the way we
god.
came, but we
Um,
have to climb.
No.
there's a path. There's a climbing path on that side of the river. I don't think it leads to the same tunnel that you would have gone through to get here, but fairly
Gotcha.
close.
Well, I do want to check on her parents before we leave.
For sure. I didn't even know that was enough.
Well,
Oh,
That's
hello,
right.
Maxie. Well, if they're
we
up in
we are
Soren's
talking
region,
about hundreds of miles north as well, though.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty far away.
it is very far away. If we're talking about you guys heading to Soren's region, what to get you some riding lizards or something.
I can summon, war horses. 4 for I think 8 hours. No, they're only an hour at a piece. Never mind. But still.
Give the riding lizards that were just mentioned a rest, I guess.
well, that way we wouldn't need anything more from him too.
But I'm willing to accompany you to the cadaver cave, but
You're safe with us. You see how powerful we are.
early. Well, at least I'll be rested by then.
I point over at Helena. We got a killer gnome right here. Everything she shoots dies. Just like that. You're
All
safe.
right, I'll make
We'll
you
take
a
care
deal.
of
I will take you to the cadaver cave, and I will help you.
you.
However, I might run. I still got crap I need to do. I can't be dying for some stranger's needles.
I think
Your
that's
work is
fair.
important. I understand. If you just want to show us where it is, that would work too.
Now that I can definitely do.
I've one request as well, which isn't shouldn't be a problem.
What's that?
A map, however you or your friends can do, of the larger scale approach to this upper Underdark if we want to move further north.
I can try and get you something in that sense. There's no official maps of the area given the heads and their recent squabbles.
You don't need to give us the map. I can copy it tonight and give it back.
Well, I mean, I don't
But
have a map, but
if you can give
I
us
make
a
inquiries.
loose map, and if people have an idea of where the Locke has his territory and things like that,
Yeah,
that
just
would be
add it to
more
our
than
list.
useful.
Well, as I said, with the recent squabbles, things have been fluctuating, but I can try to get you something by morning. Like I said, I don't have that. I can ask around. I don't have guarantees on it, but I can try. At which point
Understand?
there's like a thunk as a giant plate with a roasted lizard on it is just like slopped down in between the lot of you. Dinner.
Yeah, it's a lot of
being
work
set
killing
out.
people. Let's eat.
A big roasted dinner that's going to look delicious after the couple of days that after the last week we've had.
You guys get some mushroom skewers, just like put on the plates as so it's like the big plate and then a plate, and then a mushroom skewer on each plate. Yeah, looks delicious. uh, but it
Definitely
sounds like
scoffing that down.
we have ourselves a deal. Then I'll try and get you some information, and I will accompany you to the cadaver cave. Maybe help. Maybe run. We'll have to see. Deal.
Sounds good. Does everybody else agree?
We'll see when we get there whether you stay or run.
And any info you can get from your friends, that's always useful.
And for now, you're a temporary member of our gang.
Last time I was in any kind of gang, I stole this hammer. Starts eyeing your equipment. I'm joking,
Worthwhile
of course.
Oh, I think if you really want a hammer, I think we can really see if you can lift this. There's one that you can see if you can lift.
Oh man,
That's the one that's in Helena's
I
bag of
can't
holding.
remember the requirement for that actually. But I mean, if you want to just like dump it out and be like, try this.
It's like a Thor's hammer sort of style thing of
Wait, I have a giant hammer.
yeah, it's I can't remember exactly what it was from, but it definitely went into your bag of holding.
Oh, it was the loot from not the loot, but the stuff you were given from the Guildwood place.
Guildwood
Oh.
Protectorate, yes.
Before we left.
And there were like during the fight, and one of the things that we looted in the fights and whatnot, like none of us could really lift it up.
It was post-fight.
But
It was in somebody's room, like they were working towards being able to wield it.
yeah, and you sort of scooted it into your bag of holding.
Yeah, I
and...
scooped it up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's it.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know because I just looked at the item. Could Ro even pick that up? Let's find out. Ro is not weak, so let's see. Let's see. No, not yet. They're gonna have to work towards it.
Yeah.
So you just like dump out this hammer that's even bigger than they are, and they're like, well, that's a little outside my range right now. For now. Someday. As the hammer is literally bigger than they are, maybe that's not that surprising.
Stick
But
around and there's more of this.
more things I can't use or more interesting objects?
Both.
Both. Yeah.
That's a fair point. So from here, I imagine you guys can have yourselves some delicious food, and then head to your rooms for the evening. One thing that you guys do definitely notice is rather than going upward, the rooms are down, like carved into the ground, and there's like a basement that's all the rooms.
Yeah.
Which, you know, might make some level of sense. But other than that, what's up?
Sorry, on our way up, I am actually going to state I don't like the idea of us being separated. We need to like be in the same room or two rooms.
I think we are. Are we?
Well, you said rooms plural, so I didn't know if that was one for each of us or
Maybe next to each other.
Definitely next to each other. It is 4 rooms, and there's technically 5 of you, accounting for Ro. 6 accounting for Dribbly. So, how you want to divide that is up to you. But rather than stay in the separate rooms, you guys can just do 2 rooms. Ro does not seem to have any issues staying by themselves.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So like you guys could pair up in rooms, and Ro's in their own room, and Dribbly gets his own room.
Ah!
He's sprawled out on the bed. dragon wings flitting about.
Nice.
I think I sort of agree with Itella on that note
Mhm.
of being like not wanting to be out of the um what's the phrase, like, you know, when we are constantly on watch sort of style of thing, even though we are
Vigilance.
technically in a house. This is um out of our experience,
Sure. I
with
think
the
it makes sense.
exception of Helena. Yeah.
I think it makes sense to pair off and stick in rooms like that, and maybe sort of at least to some degree be vigilant and wary and watchful. That's totally fine. But
And the usual.
mhm. Excuse me. But before we wrap up and have you guys head to your rooms for the night, I wanted to ask if you guys were gonna check the bodies and stuff before you go to bed.
Yeah, I think after I don't know, everything happened the way it happened, and we didn't loot. So I guess would we go back and loot? I mean,
It's
if
30-40 feet away, like
right,
depending on the body.
yeah,
Like it's not like it's far.
Let's go ahead and
yeah,
do that. All of us go again,
yeah,
not be separated.
Sure,
sure.
sure.
But I don't really care. I don't really want their stuff. But
Much like before, at the start of next session, I'll give you guys a full list of all the loot. In
Okay.
the meantime, however, everybody just give me an investigation check, sort of to see if one of you finds the other thing.
Did I find the thing?
Oh wow. Oh
Uh,
wow. We're really investigating hard.
Checking under tables, opening closets.
Very conveniently, you guys find is sort of stuffed inside that blacksmoke tech. There was like a little hidden compartment where you find the other half of that blueprint.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you now have
We
both
know the
halves of the
thread
blueprint.
counts of their t-shirts. We know if that should be done on a low, medium, or high wash. Like, yeah.
Just all the details.
Hmm.
But yeah, you guys do find the second half of the blueprint. So you guys, and it's at this point now that you have the second half. It's not the same one Helena is using. You guys come to realize this is actually a blueprint for the twin shot rifle,
Uh-oh.
which would be able to fire twice instead of once.
Ooh.
So there you go. You guys have the blueprints for that.
So, Itella's trying to burn this blueprint, and Helena's trying to utilize this blueprint.
I'm just gonna say, well, you definitely do have a reason to visit the Dwarf Brothers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
who are also up north.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
Perfect.
From there, I think you guys just head into your rooms for the evening. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that'll see us wrapping up. Thank you all for coming. It's been great fun. Hope to catch you guys next time. And as always, great gaming.
Enjoy your evening. Take care,
All
everyone.
right.